Welcome to my world. 2 escargot, pate, frisee, 2 green salads. Okay, man, it's up here. Lamb chop, steak frites. Shouldn't you be doing something? 2 smoked filet and a pepper steak. Come on, make the dessert. Chocolate tart, please.
As a cook, tastes and smells are my memories. And now I'm in search of new ones. So I'm leaving New York City and hope to have a few epiphanies around the world. And I'm willing to go to some lengths to do that. I'm looking for extremes of emotion and experience. I'll try anything. I'll risk everything. I have nothing to lose.
High tea at the Goodwood Park Hotel, where time stands still. A little slice of Singapore's one-time colonial splendor. Well, this may be a time stands still sort of a colonial moment. Singapore is a very different town since the days when a bunch of stuffy Brits would sit around with their pinkies crooked drinking tea. Things to know about Singapore. It's hot. It's very, very hot. It's an ultra-modern, ultra-convenient city with an absolute minimum of social problems. They figured out everything here, okay? No traffic, no litter, no drug problem, no violent crime. I mean, it's a kind of a benevolent, kooky, neo-totalitarian thing going on here. I'm an old-time lefty. And yet, I'm ashamed to say this, I kind of like it here. Okay, so Singapore is clean, orderly, and tightly regulated. But the society is anything but homogenous. There's 3 distinctive ethnic groups, Chinese, Malay, and Indian, that coexist harmoniously while maintaining their own customs, religions, and cuisine. It all makes for a pretty heady brew. So where to start? Chinese sounds good. This is Imperial Herbal Restaurant in Singapore. As you know, in much of Asia, the line between food and medicine can get pretty slim, even permeable. And this is a really good example of that. I'm gonna get myself a little doctor checkup here, a couple of dishes recommended, and eat a really good meal. It's a fairly, as you will see, wacky menu, but good. At Imperial Herbal, you get more than just General Tso's chicken and some wontons. This is Chinese food holistic style. Resident Chinese medicine expert Dr. Lilian Singh will not only assess the balance of your yin and yang, he'll also help you figure out what appetizer you should choose. I'm just hoping that my menu selection doesn't involve the words painful swelling and itching.
How are you, Tony? Everything's fine? You look tired.
Well, at least I can expect an honest assessment.
Your tongue? Your tongue, please. It says the yin and yang is not balanced. Your yang is more sort of a dark color.
A dark-colored yang. I don't know if I like the sound of that. I have been a little dizzy, just for a little bit, maybe 2-3 times a day.
2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah. This is not going well at all. I'm tired looking, my yang's all whacked out. At this rate, I'll be enjoying my meal in a zip front bag. What would he recommend I have tonight?
They say try not to eat too much spicy fried food because your body is too heat up. So you need ginseng and also more vegetable.
A prescription for good health. I feel my yang straightening up already.
I will
Thank you.
He's having the ginseng with freshwater fish soup that Tony needs to build up his stamina and energy.
My friend in town told me that when I come to this restaurant, well, he said that the last time I was here, he had some special fish soup, and he was unbelievably windy, I think as he put it, for 3 days.
A little ginseng, a little boiled fish, some lychee nuts. It's great. And really, what's 3 days of flatulence for achieving inner balance?
Well.
Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, they're whipping up the next dish. Fresh lily bulb and braised codfish in a fermented rice wine sauce.
Okay, fermented rice wine is one kind of wine that makes the fish taste delicious. Try it.
It is delicious. Tastes like sherry.
So far, they're batting 1,000, but I'm still looking for that unique item that rises to the occasion.
Oh, no. Here we go. Deer penis wine. I haven't had this. Is this something I should be drinking?
Yeah, you can have the Superman wine.
Yeah?
That's called the deer penis wine. and also help you for circulation and also boost out your energy.
Oh, then definitely I'll have a glass.
Thank you.
That was not part of my prescription.
Superman wine, an energy booster.
I've had, 2 out of 3 parts of the 3-piece unit. I think it's time, don't you?
What's that floating around in there?
What happens if it works? I mean, do you wrap a tablecloth around your waist, when you walk out of the restaurant? I feel something. Maybe it's fear. Good to the last drop.
Wow, you drink so fast?
Yeah.
Slowly.
Slowly. Next time.
Do you want another?
Sure. Getting another glass. She looked worried when she said, "You want another glass?" I said, "Yes."
This is one of the house specialties called the quick fried egg white scallop.
Another house specialty, egg whites and dried scallops on a nest of shredded potato. It's good for circulation, and it'll give my complexion that fresh scrubbed Noxzema girl look I've always wanted.
Oh, that's delicious. So, an hour from now, I'll have clear skin, clean lungs, and I'll be farting like nobody's business. Life is glamorous on the road. I think maybe one more dish. What would you recommend?
You want a deer tendon? Have you tried a deer tendon? A deer tendon is good for you to improve your leg muscle.
Oh, good. That sounds terrific. I've been on my feet for 28 years. I'm ready.
I come in.
Thank you.
Ah, yeah, some deer tendon with fresh Chinese yam to strengthen the legs. I guess I won't have to hit the Stairmaster tomorrow. Not that I ever hit it.
This is the braised deer tendons.
Beautiful. It's good, and texture is not disturbing. It's like pied cochon.
Listen, it's real easy to sneer at this stuff, and God knows I love an opportunity for a few penis jokes. But honestly, I do feel my yang getting brighter, my complexion clearing up. I feel, well, like Superman. Last night's meal at Imperial Herbal has almost made a believer out of me. I do feel balanced, at peace, energized, and there's only a slight tailwind. So what else does this kooky, hyper-modern metropolis have to offer? Like I said before, Singapore is a modern city in the most Western sense of the word. And like any modern city, it's well represented in the consumer culture department.
Everybody seems to be shopping all the time. It seems like a consumer paradise. I mean, just stack upon stack upon stack of ultra-modern buildings selling Prada and Versace and Gucci and Tiffany and Starbucks. I'll tell you this, like shopping for designer labels, this place is for you.
But fortunately, Singapore is not all about brand names and chains. Case in point, the Geylang Serai section, home to the island's Malay community. If you're looking to avoid the air-conditioned oppression of the downtown Uber malls, look no further than the Geylang Serai market. The Malaysian market is, surprisingly enough, where Malaysians go to shop. It's bursting with good stuff. Just look. My local guide, Sapia, knows this place like the back of her hand. And she runs me like a rented mule through a near item-by-item tour of the joint.
The curry powder we can keep, yeah.
Right.
The curry for chicken, curry for mutton, and curry for fish. This is actually a shrimping. So this is what we call daun pandan.
Oh yes, I've tasted this, yes.
See that? All right.
Onward we go, hurtling through the market, item after item, description after description.
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass. This is called tuk-tuk. It's a rice flour. This is actually for breakfast.
Yeah, speaking of breakfast, what time is it? How long has this gauntlet been going on?
I'm just hungry.
This is the jackfruit, the young jackfruit.
So hungry.
This is also kuih chang.
Must have food.
Wait a minute, what's that?
It's ota-ota. It's mixed fishes, coconut, chili, and onion, and put it into the coconut leaf and then barbecue. Now eat it.
Okay. Try this one. Delicious.
Right. Careful.
I think the ravenous glint in my eye was making Sapia a little nervous. But what could I do? The last thing I had to eat was a hunk of deer tendon 15 hours ago. Well, that was delightful, but it's not just about the food at Geylang Serai. It's also about the fashion. What hot trends are burning up the Malay fashion scene this year, you ask? Let's check it out.
Right. I think Tony will like it, this. And it looks so airy, baggy, and comfortable when you are relaxing at home at your balcony. Yeah, this is something like Hawaii.
Okay, before I wind up with some sort of Don Ho, kaftan, moo sort of a thing, I think maybe some lunch is in order.
Shall we go for
Yo, let's eat.
makan?
How would you say let's eat a lot?
A lot, banyak.
Right.
So, let's hit a traditional Malaysian restaurant that Sapia says is the real deal.
It's a home cooking.
Good, I like that.
Yeah,
That's the best
it's a
kind of
home
cooking.
cooking. That's what the specialty of this restaurant. It's called Haja Maimunah.
You know, I'm not sure if it's the fluorescent lighting, the cafeteria-style trays, or the steam table offerings, which have always been a sign of bad things to come. For whatever the reason, the words home cooking aren't suddenly leaping to mind here. There's a certain prepared in bulk quality to the lineup.
Should have eaten at the market.
Feeling unprepared to negotiate the selections, I fall back and let Sapia make the calls.
As I understand it so far, we're gonna get some barbecued fish, some pickles, some oxtail soup, and some other stuff.
But, you know, I might have spoken too soon. We bring the stuff outside and it looks pretty good. She's assembled a mammoth spread for me, consisting of barbecue fish in an onion and chili sauce, beef rendang, a Malaysian beef stew cooked with spices and coconut milk, fried saltfish, beef liver with fried chilies, oxtail soup, and stewed unripened jackfruit.
Okay, so sila makan mean like bon appetit.
Wow.
Sila makan. Sila makan, please.
The food is astonishingly good, but you know, I think Sapia is somewhat taken aback by my Jethro Bourdain-like eating technique.
You use the 4 fingers together. Yeah.
Go. Getting away from me. Right hand only.
Yeah, right.
Tuck down for lefties. My favorite so far. Love this. Delicious. And that fish is sensational too.
You almost can do it, yeah?
Actually, we do this in the kitchen all the time. With your food.
Okay, so Sapia ran me like Prince Butterbean in the third race at Belmont, but my God, did she make the call on a really fine Malaysian meal.
Good meal. Worth waiting for.
You know, after that mammoth Malaysian feast with Sapia, I should probably be walking back to my hotel. But why exert myself when one of the most modern and efficient subway systems in the world is at my disposal?
Oh, this place is like totally automated. Oh, this is so James Bond. Come on. Oh, when do you think my train will arrive? Oh, exactly 2 minutes.
Clean, fast, efficient, on time. New York City subway could definitely take a page from Singapore's book.
This is mass transit.
While Singapore's future may be defined by its ultra-modern technology, it's still the traditional ethnic enclaves that give this city-state its unique flavor. And the Tekka market is a great example of this. It's filled with hawker stands or food vendors who specialize in one particular item.
So anyway, I'm in Little India right now near the Tekka market, and I'm meeting my old friend, crony, and business associate, Alango.
Johnny B.
Alango,
Man,
buddy.
How are you? Good to
What's
see you.
going on? Good to see you again, man.
Welcome to Little India.
You gonna show me around?
I'm going to show you around.
I know we're gonna eat well.
We're going to check out some birds, man.
Some birds.
Let's check out some birds, all right? Let's go.
We gonna eat them or what?
No, these are special birds. They're going to tell you your fortune, all right?
I'm not sure if I want to know my future.
The bird's going to pull out a card. It's going to say your fortune, all right?
Outstanding.
All right.
Looks like a very intelligent bird. Come on, bird. Let's go. Yeah.
He's picked number 20 out. He's gone back in again. Johnny, this is beautiful, man.
What?
This is Goddess Lakshmi. She's the goddess of wealth.
Right? Wealth.
Money's coming your way.
So no matter what happens, I'm taking them.
The money's yours. The money's yours.
mine.
Yeah?
All right.
Lucky goddesses, obscene wealth, not too bad.
Yeah.
So what other good things are coming my way?
Ooh, you're going to develop a terrible skin rash, Johnny. Scratching already.
So I'll be rich but itchy.
Itchy rich.
I'll take it.
Fortunately, Alango knows just the thing to help us celebrate my impending wealth. A buttery, delicious Indian pastry called prata.
It's almost our answer to the croissant. It tastes very good with leftover curry from the previous night, and it's one of my favorite dishes.
Anything that smells this good, I'm eating.
But first, perhaps a glass of traditional Indian stretch tea to cleanse our palates.
What we're seeing here is stretch tea. When I was young, my mom used to serve me hot coffee or tea. I used to complain that it's very hot, I can't drink it. So what she would do, she would get another cup and she'd start pouring the tea up and down. It cools and aerates it, you know. You also add a lot of foam. You add flavor. It becomes a good brew.
Oh yeah. It tastes great, but even better than that, there are no animal genitals involved. At the prata stand, they're whipping up what Alango calls the supreme prata, or prata stuffed with egg, minced lamb, and onion. Everything gets wrapped up, and after a couple of minutes on the griddle, it's ready to eat.
Oh, that's awesome. You're hooking me up, man. You are really looking out for me.
Least you can do. Cheers.
Oh yeah, this prata is sensational, but it's nothing compared to what this maniac has lined up for me next. Well, I've hit all three parts of the Singapore ethnic triad and have had some really amazing food at each one. But Alango tells me that I have not experienced Singapore until I've consulted the master himself. Chef, TV food show host, and author of the definitive guide to restaurants and hawker stands in Singapore, Mr. K.F. Sito. We're stepping out with Sito to Singapore's red light district to check out his pick for the ultimate Singapore food experience, Huat Eating House.
First of all, what's special about this place?
Okay, this technically is the most expensive restaurant in Singapore. Make no bones about it. Simply because he serves some of the freshest seafood around. And his signature is his crab bee hoon.
Crab bee hoon.
Crab bee hoon, which you're going to be stuffing into your face later.
Right, I think that covers pretty much the whole menu.
All right, so the whole menu may be a bit ambitious. The first offering of fresh steamed scallops smothered in garlic and black bean sauce definitely makes you believe anything is possible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the smell coming off of there is...
You smell it?
Yeah.
Why bother with the chopstick thing? When the scallop is saying, "Hey, eat me!" That's it.
Look at that, come on.
Yeah.
Little sauce.
Oh, man.
Oh, come to mama.
I think the disturbingly animal-like groans say it all. But you know what? This isn't even the tip of the iceberg.
That is a beautiful thing. Oh, yes, I remember these guys.
Fresh steamed gong gong, whelks. It may not seem so special, but get a load of this. A honey, chili dipping sauce that'll have you drooling like the proverbial Pavlovian dog.
This guy takes half a day to prepare this. He's got honey, chili, scallions, onions.
I'm struck dumb.
Too much of a good thing is good for you.
Words of wisdom, Sito. Words of wisdom. It's always fun when you hook up with an enthusiastic local who eats for a living. You know, get together, compare notes, commiserate, try to one-up each other. Like me, Sito is a driven, half-TV guy, half-foodie who has plenty to say on the subject.
How often do you eat? Like, if you go out to eat?
Breakfast, a bit of brunch, lunch, and you do a bit of tea, and then dinner, and then supper. Supper is B-I-G in Singapore. Food is really 24 hours. Wake up at any time of the day or night, think of any food, somebody is selling it.
I know you've eaten jellied grass. I know you've eaten donkey butt.
Donkey butt, scorpions.
And you've had scorpions.
Yeah.
Have you had a Denny's Grand Slam breakfast?
I'm afraid not.
But you know what I love? When you have a big crab, a female, and you cook the head upside down, and you got that soupy fat and roe, just the fat, you take a piece of bread and run that fat around in there.
We'll be eating that later.
We could do this all night, man.
All night. One of the downside of our job is that we eat too much. To you, it's fun, but we can be potential big business to the health doctors. You're not frogs, I remember. You're not into frogs.
No. Man, he's got a memory like a steel trap. It's the French thing, you know, the frogs. I cook them. They taste like fish tank to me. You got that little syrupy stuff at the bottom. Not good.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Tony, you're a chef at a French restaurant. Isn't it, like, illegal for you to not like frog's legs? In a word, no. But Sito hasn't steered me wrong yet. And Chef Danny Lee's preparation, steamed to perfection with loads of fresh minced garlic, gives me even more reason to suspend my amphibian aversion.
This frogs, steamed frogs, this will turn your life around.
There's something very suggestive about this dish. I mean, we were just talking about, you know, Ursula Andress on the beach. It kind of
See the legs?
Yeah. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I'm usually indifferent on frog. I know this is
Try
gonna be good.
a
This is
small
gonna be good. No, no, no.
live on
Just
Anthony
drop it right
Bourdain's program.
Right, I'm there.
It's hot, watch it.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, that is great. Before I was indifferent. Oh, man.
Eat it when it's hot.
That is some king hell frog.
It's been ordained.
All right, so I never thought I'd say it. Those were some damn tasty frogs. Cito has picked the winner, yet again.
Finish it, Anthony. It's got your name on it.
My meal with Cito and Alango ain't over yet. Chef Danny Lee has more than a few surprises up his sleeve, including this one. A rare and extremely expensive fresh spotted grouper, steamed with ginger and green onions and served with the chef's famous mystery sauce with soy. If this number doesn't get you going, you better check your pulse.
Ooh, the spotted grouper.
Okay, so show me exactly what is the absolute best part.
Absolutely best part. The Cantonese love this part. The meat here, it cradles the stomach, you know. I'm in heaven.
Oh, it's so tender. I'm leaving you the other cheek.
It's speaking gibberish now.
Unbelievable. Look at me, I've been reduced to a primitive, almost feral level by this meal. And who's to blame for this wonderfully deranged state I'm in? This man, head chef and owner Danny Lee. A guy who at first glance looks like he should be trying to help rid Bushwood Country Club of its gopher problem. But don't be fooled. Danny and his semi-clad crew of kitchen mercenaries are flirting with genius. Need more proof? Check this out. Steamed tiger prawns on a bed of minced garlic with scallion garnish, fresh stingray steamed with ginger and green onions, served with a generous helping of soy and garlic broth, and finally, an entree that is both ingenious and outrageous. The restaurant's signature dish, crab bihun. A savage blend of Danny's secret garlic broth, rice vermicelli, fresh chili peppers, and Sri Lankan crabs the size of your head. And the results? Well, where does one begin?
Man, look at that! Look at that! This is where he goes berserk.
Look at this, bro.
Oh, this dish is invented right here in this restaurant close to 15 years ago by Danny. Man, look at this, man. Look at this.
That's massive.
That's a big crab. See, it's about half the size of my face. Wow. Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's hardcore.
Oh, I'm home, Papa. I'm home. Dunk it with a bit of chili in there. And send her home.
Now, this is that part of the program where I just lapse into sort of a trance-like state. This is it.
The pièce de résistance.
This is the single best dish I've had. If there's nothing better than this, I'd be pretty happy with that.
You speak my language, sir.
We've reached the mountaintop. Touchdown has been achieved.
So beneath the shiny Singapore veneer lays a really fine food town. You want it, they got it. Just leave your chewing gum at home. There are times when the sound of my hotel room door closing triggers a temporary amnesia about where I really am. The hiss of air conditioners suggests the ambient noise of pressurized cabins, which suggests the murmur of a shopping mall, suggesting the background noise of an expensive restaurant, suggesting the hushed clink of room service dishes being collected by maids a few doors back down this hallway I'm in now. And with each step forward, an existential nausea rises up within as my mind searches frantically for the question that all sentient creatures must ask, only to quell the choking panic that signifies the final descent into the chaotic annihilation of madness. So, what was that big existentialist question again? Oh, yeah.
Where are we? We could be anywhere, really. Anywhere in the world. Just another big anonymous hotel. Well, okay, maybe not exactly anywhere. There's a clue. In a strange, foreign, faraway land, how to enjoy yourself, how to eat well, what to do, how to do it. Rule 1, get the hell away from the hotel as quickly as possible. doing?
Hello.
Let's get lost.
There are a few things as exciting as the first time you hurtle through the nighttime streets of a strange new city. And nothing delivers the sights, sounds, and smells of those streets right to the pleasure centers of the brain like a tuk-tuk. A golf cart crossbred with a rickshaw, given the noisy heart of a lawnmower, tuk-tuks have neither doors nor windows. Air conditioning is not an option. All that open air makes it the perfect vehicle to introduce you to Thailand's foodie wonderland, the city of Chiang Mai.
Nice climate, food everywhere. It's really nice here.
As opposed to the crowded, hectic, urban pace of Bangkok, many Thais still view Chiang Mai as their ancient northern capital, with more traditional culture and cuisine. There's a lot to love about this town. Its small size makes it a remarkably easy and fun city to get lost in.
I've been walking the streets, eating street food, stall food, you know, my usual routine. And as I'm becoming more advanced in age, lazier, and more indolent, I think it's about time I eat a sit-down meal. Arun Rai, where everything is supposed to be good. Very popular restaurant, been around a long time. Oh, yeah. I'll have one of everything.
There's absolutely nothing bland about northern Thai food, with its unflinching use of fiery hot chilies in just about everything you eat.
A little plain rice first, as is the custom. Nam Prik, a local Chiang Mai specialty.
Pulverized fried chilies, shrimp paste, tomato, and a multitude of other incendiary components. It's a little bowl of screaming hot goodness.
All good. Okay, so when your tongue is burning and your head feels like it's going to explode and brain matter is going to come oozing out of your ears, you just reach to the immediately located sticky rice, grab a hunk. Oh yeah, sweet, aromatic, cools you right down.
Next up, a little mackerel.
Looks like it's pan-fried. Could have been deep-fried some time ago, I might add. He's been sitting at room temp for some time. This pretty much violates everything I was taught in culinary school as far as what I should put in my mouth. But this being Thailand, those rules don't apply. Damn, that's good. That's the best thing I've had on this table so far. This was one of those, my eyes said yes, but my brain said no. Well, my eyes were right. Now, I don't really fully know what this is. It looked like a nice cooling salad, but it's got some heat. All I can tell you is that after a mouthful of this, you really need this. So, just in case there is still not enough pain and heat in your life, you can just put some of this little fish sauce pepper onto your rice. See this all over? It's kind of like the ketchup of this country. Oh, it's salty, but with the heat that will just lift you right out of your pants. Beats ketchup, believe me. I like it here.
Okay, but man does not live by heat alone. So it's off into the Chiang Mai night to hunt down something sweet for dessert.
Yeah, Yankees. Yankee hat. Good man.
Now, this may look like a fly-by-night operation, but the Chiang Mai Night Bazaar has been flying every night, rain or shine, holidays included, for over 500 years. In all that time, the locals have been feeding everyone from Ming Dynasty trade caravans to German tour buses. And thankfully, they still haven't gotten around to translating most of the signs.
I mean, I have absolutely no idea what a single word, anything on any of these signs, but it looks good. People are eating. It's got to be good, right? Come on, let's eat.
I'm so dazzled by all this food, I almost forgot that I just ate, and that I came here to get something from the dessert department.
Bananas or plantains? Thank you.
Okay, now this looks like dessert.
Sweet, the perfect dessert. Wow, those little packets, I want to know what's inside. It tastes like olives and fish. I don't think I like it. No, it's coming on now. I definitely don't like it. But hey, could be worse. Come on.
Okay, much worse.
People who've read my book, Kitchen Confidential, the riveting rip the lid off the restaurant business expose that had the whole nation rocking with laughter and afraid to eat fish on Monday, might remember what I had to say about mussels. Even I have my limits. Yeah, that's definitely where I draw the line.
Bright, shiny dessert things.
Ooh, that looks good. And those unearthly colors.
The best banana roti? We'll see about that. I've only had one dessert so far, and this looks pretty promising.
Like a banana egg crepe with condensed milk and sugar on top. Delicious. Nothing like an independently owned and operated fast food outlet. Hey, it's my favorite soap opera on the TV. Everyday life whizzing by me in the background. This is a way to live.
Okay, my brain knows this is Thailand, so why do I feel like I'm somewhere in the Midwest? These aren't the colors of Asia. I can't hear the sounds of Thailand. It doesn't smell like Chiang Mai. And this is not my breakfast.
All right, well, I've foregone breakfast at the hotel, but of course, as we all know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. A healthy and nutritious breakfast is essential. That shiny coat, wagging tail, and good disposition, so important in a television host. So when I'm looking for a nutritious breakfast in a faraway town, I see where the locals are eating, and I saw a lot of people hanging around here, so this has got to be good.
Now, I can imagine some of you saying, gee, Tony, is it really all that easy? Well, yes and no. Leaving behind the tour bus and the Western hotel can be a bit disorienting. Few of the signs are translated, and most of the locals, of course, have limited English skills.
All right, one jog with pork.
But a little persistence and a bit of finger pointing are a small price to pay for a real taste of a new and unfamiliar culture.
Yeah, that looks good.
Right now they're serving breakfast in this new and unfamiliar culture, and it looks pretty tasty.
This, I'm reliably informed, is a bowl of jog. It's only jogging I do at any time during my day. And it's very pretty. I would say this is like agolamono soup or egg drop soup. It's little pork meatballs in what tastes like farina, a little coconut, some ginger, and scallion. Just as much starch as a Denny's Grand Slam breakfast. It's delicious. They do breakfast much better over here. They really do. The eternal question, do I save the meatball till the soup's almost gone, or do I just go ahead? This could well serve as a parable for my whole life. Eat the meatball now, worry about the rest later. Okay, now usually I don't have dessert after breakfast, but I saw this place doing a lot of business when I came in. Could I have one, please? Coconut cream and some sort of gelatinized vegetable matter. Well, that's great. I bet it's probably good for me, too. Thank you. Nothing beats a home-cooked meal. So while in Chiang Mai, I thought I'd have a local named Napa who runs a little guest house. I thought I'd have her cook me a home-cooked meal. She was nice enough to oblige.
So it's off to the market we go. Now, I know that being on television is supposed to make you an expert on everything. But honestly, unlike a lot of my peers, I'm a lot better at eating Thai food than talking informatively about it.
It's eggplant.
Eggplant?
Special eggplant.
Sweet basil, I think. It's ginger? It's a ginger variation, or just ginger?
Okay, I do know one thing for sure.
These are called mouse-dropping chilies because they're tiny.
Terrific. The only Thai chili I can identify is named after a health code violation.
This will be, by the way, the least informative segment I've ever done. Thank God I brought my Lonely Planet food guide. I think I can check all of this stuff in the book.
Later, I did some quick research on our ingredients.
The standard chili of Thailand, the one you see all over the place, it's sky-pointing chili because of the finger-like shape. Now, the other ones, the tiny little guys, those are the famous mouse-dropping chilies. In English, often known as bird's eye chili, but I like the mouse-dropping chili thing better. The big ginger-like thing was a galangal. It's similar appearance to ginger, but the interior of the root is harder, has a deeper, more savory, less spicy flavor. Okay, we got that squared away.
Having satisfied my professional curiosity, I feel free to indulge my wanderlust while my meal's cooking.
So, what have we learned today? If in an organized group, break free from the group at every opportunity, and then enjoy. Revel in your freedom in a faraway and strange place. Okay, now I gotta hurry back and be a good guest.
Okay, good guests don't do what I'm about to do. But good food and impulse control, well, they don't mix in my world.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Hello, Kiang Kiawan, a coconut-based green curry with chicken.
Life is beautiful again.
Later on, while we're eating tom yum gun, a hot and sour soup with prawns no less, I start to question whether I have any impulse control at all, as my senses drift back to the roadside sausage stands I've passed earlier. Dreaming of food while eating food. Do I have a problem here? No way, not a bit. I wasn't dreaming of food, I was dreaming of roadside sausages.
I got a thing for sausages. I don't know what that says about me. Glistening mystery sausages cooked on a street corner. Sausages, beautiful Scooby snacks. Oh, got to have. Yeah, look at those. Oh, beautiful. Good. You know that's good. Oh, man. Oh, that is great. You know those Italian street fairs where it's all that generic sweet and hot sausage? I can never resist those, by the way, so I don't want to sound like a snob, but this is it. That's state-of-the-art sausage. Look at that, all that fresh ingredient inside. Good, delicious, so good. If this was like the only thing I ate in this country, I would be happy. I could see developing a serious addiction to this.
Hi, my name is Tony Bourdain, and I'm a roadside sausage addict. Ever since arriving here in northern Thailand, I've been driven by the idea of getting lost. Willfully, deliberately lost. Breaking away from the tourist trail, leaving the beaten path. Sitting down with some locals and eating what they eat. Now, I really like Chiang Mai City, and it's a great place to get lost in. But it's still a city. I need to hit the road. I gotta go up country. Get away from the crowds. Oh yeah, no souvenir stands here. No expat bars, chain restaurants, no reference points. Lost, really lost, with just a gnawing hunger to guide me. I have no idea where I am, and I'm happy about that.
I said I wanted to get lost, right? That's what this is all about, getting lost, going off the beaten track. I'm about, I don't know, 60, 70 miles outside of Chiang Mai City. This is off the road, and it is utterly, enchantingly, magically beautiful. Well, I'm counting on that worldwide tradition, and I found this to be true anywhere on Earth. If you show up hungry, you show up for dinner, just about everybody in the world will feed a wandering stranger in need of a meal. So, I'm hungry, and I'm hopeful. How about this place? Party going on. Okay, who's got the keg? Oh, this does look like a party.
Okay, I don't remember going to school with any of these guys, but I better clear this up right away.
What's she rolling over there, man? Tobacco. Locally grown tobacco product, rolled up in banana leaf. How do I say, can I score one of those bad boys off you dudes? I used to smoke Luckies. I think I can handle this.
Known locally as Buri Shio, it turns out to be a pleasant surprise.
It's delicious. This motion, that can only be good, right?
In the kitchen, the real action is going on. While some members of this extended household prep the elements of our meal, I'm introduced to another northern Thailand specialty. All right, if I understand this correctly, you take a fermented tea leaf named mang, wrap it around a piece of salt, pop it in your mouth and chew.
Boom.
And I guess swallow.
Oh, you do? You spit?
Okay, next time I'll get the whole story first.
I basically do the equivalent of swallowing my chewing tobacco already.
Clearly, a decision was made at this time to keep me away from the kitchen for the greater good of the community. I mean, how come no one else has heard about this ancient tradition? Honoring uninvited dinner guests by making formal introductions to farm animals and pets?
My dog.
See, I'm nice to dogs, in spite of all the mean stuff I say. Oh.
At this point, we head inside as final preparations are underway for a traditional tuk-tuk dinner. The tuk-tuk dinner is usually characterized as sitting on floor mats around low circular tables with sticky rice serving as the only utensil. Our dinner features a variety of water buffalo dishes, including spicy buffalo tartare with tripes mixed in. In addition to the other cooked buffalo dishes, there are salads, dips, chicken soup and vegetables, the exotic-looking fruit named the mangosteen, which is of course in no way related to the mango, and a sentimental favorite of mine, fried pork rinds.
Fried pork rinds, good in any language. You know, everyone has an opinion about what goes best with everything. Wild thyme. Thyme goes best with a cooked buffalo. Oh, that's good. Aroy, aroy. That's good. This gentleman made that buffalo. It's good. Okay, so all from one animal. Sliced cooked buffalo. These are essentially the same. This is like buffalo tartare, different spices, and that's cooked.
I wonder if the after-dinner chew will ever replace the digestif.
That translates to, who is this joker who just wandered in here and why did we feed him?
I think you'll have to admit that no officially sanctioned Taste of Thailand extravaganza will ever give you an experience like this.
Okay, all my foodie friends who've been to Thailand all say the same thing. Pretty much like this. Dude, you've got to try the papaya salad. And they were on and on and on about this papaya salad with evangelical zeal. The best thing they've ever eaten in their lives, so my friends say. So, I'm not leaving town without trying some of this stuff. This better be good.
Phen is a busy place. The menu covers a wide variety of northern Thailand cooking styles, and I see plenty I'd like to sample. But it's papaya salad that brought me here. Papaya salad I shall have. The ingredients are simple enough. Peanuts, chilies, julienne green papaya, more chilies, and dried shrimp. A few good whacks with the mortar and pestle to encourage the flavors to merge. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but dude, it is amazing.
It's delicious. I mean, it is really, really good. I could see why my friends flipped over this. Oh, and those little mouth-dropping peppers there. That's where your heat's coming from. Usually salad for me, frankly, is rabbit food. This is a full tongue heat. Top, bottom, and down into your throat. Roof of your mouth, lips. Oh yeah, that burns all the way down into my stomach. Got a little cool down here. I'm beginning to really like this whole practice. The little basket of hot, sticky rice. You know, hot, cool, hot, cool. Yeah, look at that. Colorful, delicious. I can see what my friends like about this. This is good. But I'll tell you, somebody who orders this, not knowing, if you were running a fusion restaurant and you see this on in the salad section, you would have some very surprised customers. I mean, around 50% would be utterly delighted, probably know what they were getting into. The other half would just be, screaming for water. I wonder whether they should risk more here. Best salad I've had in memory. I don't eat a lot of salads, but this is pretty damn good. It's pretty, it's exotic, it's crunchy, it's fresh, and it hurts like hell, in a good way. That might be the best salad I ever had.
With the memory of my trip to the country still fresh in mind, there's one last question I'd like answered before I leave Chiang Mai. Is it truly the case that transportation sector employees possess a qualitatively superior culinary insight? Or in other words, do truck, cab, or in this case tuk-tuk drivers really know the best places to eat? So I popped the question.
So you know someplace good to eat for noodles? We go. Oh, this is the place. You hungry? Good. Come on, man. Be my guest. Oh, yeah. This is what I've been waiting for. Oh, yeah. That looks good.
We sit down with a few of the other drivers, and after a brief round of introductions, I get right to the point.
So this is the place tuk-tuk drivers eat? Which noodles are best?
You'd like to try the wonton soup?
Fish noodles with wonton?
Yep.
What do you guys have it?
Same with you.
All right. We're good to go.
And go is the operative word here. Given a workday that can extend from 8 in the morning till 10 or 11 at night, tuk-tuk drivers place a high premium on prompt service. As our dishes arrive, I ask about one of my favorite local customs.
Now, I understand. You don't say hello, how are you? They say, have you eaten yet? I know, I like to hear that. While we wait for the rest of our dishes, my new friends give me the rundown on the basic heat options. Hot chutney, fish sauce, pepper, keep it coming. Oh yeah, that is good.
Yummy.
That it is. Of course, since I like this so much, I want to know what everybody else is eating.
Noodle soup with fish bowl and also the pork.
That's a pork sausage?
Yeah. And this one, fish sausage.
Okay, I gotta get one of these too. Yeah. Okay, first I had the wonton soup, and now I'm trying this glass noodle soup with wonton, fish balls, sausage, the works. And plenty of chili sauce. The sound of quality. On slurping noodles, late at night, a bunch of my fellow workers, I found it. I've hit the main vein. It's right here. Doesn't get any better than this. So this is my last bit of advice. If you're having trouble getting lost in Chiang Mai, you might ask your tuk-tuk driver. Anything they recommend has got to be more fun than that tour bus. Two years ago, frequent flyer miles meant nothing to me. Today, miles earned are the pathetic milestones of my life. Book tours, the TV show, I travel for a living. I've committed to Memory, the Sky Mall magazine. The electronic watering timer, $49.99. Duty-free restrictions, 1 liter alcohol, 2 cartons of smokes. I've learned to stop eating after the honey-roasted nuts and continue drinking. Warm peach cobbler for dessert? No thanks. This time around, I'm making my way through Southeast Asia. It's a trip punctuated with layovers, a purgatory for travelers that gives rise to the eternal question. Do you duty-free shop for 6.5 hours, or do you leave the airport and go looking for something new? I say get your butt out of the airport bar and jack into the main vein. Thailand, Bangkok. So here's the story. I have less than an 8-hour layover before I have to move on. I know I can only cover a few bases, so I'm going to choose one pocket of town and try and make the most of it. Say what you will about this city, it is never boring. Evidence to the contrary, I'm not a complete knucklehead. As much as I'd like to careen witlessly through Bangkok, I have limited time here. I need guidance, and I know it. Which is why I'm going to hook up with Jerry Hopkins, the author of Strange Foods, also the classic Doors biography, Nobody Gets Out of Here Alive. Haven't met the man before, but I am familiar with his oeuvre. Jerry Hopkins, who's been living in Bangkok for the past 9 years, wrote the book on edible exotica, Strange Foods. Do you get more limber after a few years of doing this?
Yeah, it takes a little while to get used to it.
It's good to finally meet the guy whose book has inspired some of my most outrageous meals. I have to tell you that I have used this as my guide for years, and I was flipping through it and realizing, oh yeah, did it. Durian, no problem. Snake, oh yeah, all over that. A snake bile, never again, though.
It's something you're not supposed to hold in your mouth and swirl around like brandy. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, that goes down fast, right?
Yeah, Jerry, and it comes up even faster.
Anyway, have you had Lao food before?
No, I haven't.
This is called Ba Lao, named for the country Laos. This is the Mississippi of Thailand. It's the poorest region.
It's where the cooks come from.
It's where the cooks come from.
Sort of like Mexicans in New York. All great French and Italian cooks all come from a little town in Mexico. Some of the most creative chefs in the world come from impoverished regions like northern Thailand's Lao area. Limited resources force them to use unconventional ingredients, creating entirely new dishes and combinations. So what do you recommend we eat here?
Well, I thought we'd try pla ra. It's made by taking fish, usually anchovies, pack it into a big ceramic jar, throw in some salt, seal it, and let it sit there and rot. When they pour off the juice after 3 months to a year, the gunk that's left, the really stinky fish that's left, rotten, that's what we're going to eat tonight.
And I'm going to like that. Why?
Well, I don't know.
This is like the Vegemite of Thailand, right? No explanation for it other than
exactly.
You got to be from here. Okay, cool. I'm ready.
Plara, sure. Chili peppers may numb the taste buds, but bringing up the heat and adding a little cilantro may not be enough to make rotten fish palatable. But hey, you never know. Accompanied by fresh vegetables, this may soon be on the happy hour menu at your local DGI McFunsters.
No, this is the Plara.
So this is the stinky fish?
Yes, this is the stinky fish.
But let's face it, we're talking about rot here.
It's pretty runny.
Slurry-esque. Is this gonna make me strong?
You make your breath strong.
Tastes like anchovy paste and chilies that sat in the sun too long at a picnic.
That's pretty damn tasty, I gotta say. You know, on the rot meter. This is pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah, it's good. I'll tell you, if I went out on a date in high school and smelled this on a girl, it would not be a turnoff.
But should that date be turned off by a hunk of frog skin between my teeth? There are plenty of unconventional forms of protein in this part of the world. These are dried frog skins that are chopped and deep fried. The amphibious nacho chip of Thailand. A little chili chutney, and it's good to go. Amphibilicious.
Frog skin. Good opportunity for a French joke, but, you know, I've been beaten on them a little. I did because I love. This is like kind of like very, very crispy soft-shell crabs. Front of tongue heat. It's interesting. Rather than like the full tongue heat, this gets you up there. I'm digging the heat on this stuff.
This is just the start of my evening, and I'm already starting to fill up.
I know intellectually that like I've got a lot of other meals for this show to eat already, but that I tell myself every time I'm gonna sit down and I'm just gonna eat a little bit of this, you know, fake it. But the problem is, I can't, you know, I've worked in this business for 28 years. I would stand in that kitchen and watch plates coming back from the dining room, and I want to see how much people ate. First of all, it's good.
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm conscious of the fact that, hey, you know, nice people went to a lot of trouble here. Give it a fair crack. Plus, that's some damn fine frog skin. Like that.
Jerry's a good connection. He's given me the heads up on a few other places I gotta check out tonight.
So we're already veering delightfully and dangerously off course. I'd say this portends well for the evening.
Okay, I've got about 4 hours before I have to start worrying about getting back to the airport. So I asked Jerry, hey, where can I cover a lot of ground in a short period of time? You know, maybe try a little seafood. If it swims, we have it. Okay, if it's good enough for him, then it's good enough for me.
That looks like a challenge to me. This looks like the terror dome of seafood, man.
All right, this is how it breaks down. Take your Shoppers Mega Mart, blow out all the aisles, leave the fresh seafood and vegetable section intact, keep the shopping carts, hire a battalion of walk jockeys, add a subtle splash of post-ironic aquatic artwork, a hint of neon, and voila, you got the seafood market and restaurant. Sure, it seems a little bit campy, but hey, you could try a boatload of well-prepared Thai seafood dishes under one very big roof.
Here we go. We should have happy shopping music with this segment, don't you think? All right. Maine lobster. Nah, I've been to Maine. Alaskan king crabs. Nah. Cuttlefish. Kinda so last week.
They may not have every fish in the sea, but they've certainly covered the A-list.
What do you recommend? Local.
Tarupa.
Naturally, local fish are always the freshest.
The grouper looks fresh.
Yeah.
Look, Mommy, fish, they're so cute. Let's eat them. Maybe some prawns. Oysters? Nah. Little freshwater prawn here. I got
River, not from sea.
It's cute. Chili crab. Chili, I like chili. Oyster, I don't think so, but maybe some baby clams.
Yeah, baby crab, yeah.
I think that's a meal, don't you?
Yeah.
Fantastic, okay. Proceed to checkout. I feel like I'm eating at Pathmark. Okay, 2,000.
With shopping complete, consult with your waiter.
What do you recommend?
Stir fry with chili, garlic, Thai.
Yeah, spicy. Blow my head off. Good.
Not only do you get to pick out your fish, you also get to tell them how to cook it.
Deep fried, yeah.
Not a kitchen I'd like to work in.
You know, I kind of feel like I'm at a Vegas casino, come shopping mall, come supermarket, come terror dome of seafood. I don't really know. I don't see any other Westerners in this place, though, so that's a good sign. God knows I got enough chefs in there standing around waiting to do my bidding. And in Kitchen Stadium, it's a whirlwind of activity. They're deep frying. They're steaming. They're stir frying. It has a sort of a kooky, really kooky appeal. I mean, look, out front it looks like a casino. I keep expecting like Wayne Newton or Siegfried and Roy to come through. They had a couple of one-armed bandits in between tables, you know. It would not feel inappropriate. I don't know, you don't want to lose all your money in a stomach full of seafood, though, you know. It could get messy. That's my clams, my baby clams. And boy, do they look good. Come on out, little buddies.
Baby clams stir-fried with basil and garlic.
Delicious.
You want to know why some chefs don't have eyelashes? All right, these are my chili crabs. A little black bean paste, red chilies, lemongrass, coriander leaves, and crabs.
That look like my crab. I recognize him from his cheerful disposition. Oh, that's chili crab. Oh, yeah, baby. That is good. I mean, I must be getting the gringo heat. I mean, they promised me that my molars would melt when I eat this stuff, that my eyeballs would fog over, that I would soil myself, begging and pleading in a high-pitched, keening wail. Sound of a tortured wolverine in the distance. But has that happened? No. What else I got? I got prawns coming too. Delicious. Oh yes, and the prawns. That's my grouper.
Deep fried grouper with some chili sauce.
Delicious. Oh yeah. Poor Flippy. Look at him now. Not bad, huh? I think that translates to, oh, look at the hideous and idiotic American. Maybe we should stay and watch him try to eat all of that.
The grilled prawns.
It's buttery delicious. Ah, thank you. Oh, yeah, they're very good here, you know. They don't do this at Kmart. Bing, bing. Can I get a price check on prawns, please? Rosie O'Donnell in a house coat loitering around here somewhere.
This stuff is good, but I'm burning time here. Gotta move on.
Okay, I think I gotta hurry. I gotta catch Don Ho in the luau room. I'd ask him out for a drink after, but I don't speak Thai. But these guys get hammered after work. I know I would.
It's midnight in Bangkok, and the snacking possibilities are endless. Street vendors dole out regional fare as mobile food peddlers weave their way through the crowds. So here's a snack wagon you won't find back in Manhattan.
These are crickets.
Plain and simple, deep-fried bugs.
All right, got one.
Souse anything with chili sauce, it's gotta be tasty, right?
I've been on the road, what, 5 weeks now? Believe me, I know how you feel. I'm in Bangkok. A bag full of crispy bug snacks here. These are actually really tasty.
Admittedly, most of the people that come to this neighborhood aren't looking for snacks.
Nice to see you, man. Nice to meet you. A typical cook store fan, hanging in only the finest establishments. Pay attention, focus groups. Oh, hey, look, it's Liza Minnelli.
One last stop in Bangkok, the Arab Quarter. A little Egyptian cafe where Jerry said I should be able to unwind.
After a long night, eating bugs, bouncing around, submitting to the many indignities of television, I like nothing better than a strong cup of coffee I can stand a spoon up in, and a good smoke.
A bowl of apple tobacco and a bowl of O'Malley. A sweet raisin cake soaked in milk, baked in the oven.
They promised me it was good.
It's kind of like bread pudding. After 2 hefty meals and a bag of bugs, dessert may seem like overkill. But it works really nicely with this hookah and the strong Egyptian coffee.
This is a good way to end the film portion of tonight's sordid evening in Bangkok.
Now, I know there's a lot more to this place than you can cover in an 8-hour layover. But I'm taking off with a full belly and plenty of reasons to come back. But my whirlwind layover tour continues. I'm off to Singapore for yet another quick stop. Yeah, sure, I've been up all night. There is no rest for the weary. But there is, of course, good food. I'm hooking up with my book editor, Alango, for dinner in Singapore's Little India. Breathe deep and get a head full of spices.
So, Alango, buddy, what's it all about? What are we going to eat here?
We're going to have the best dish you're going to get for the day. It's called the fish head curry.
There's a large Indian population in Singapore, and this is where they come for a taste of the ancestral root.
Banana Leaf Apollo restaurant. We're here. We're hungry. And we want fish head. Oh, thank you. We know what we're having. We want a medium fish head curry.
I once made the mistake of telling Alango that I love spicy food.
Do you want a medium fish head curry?
That sounds good to me.
Now I pay the price.
As spicy as you can make it. Do you want some chicken masala?
Yes, sir. And, of course, 2 Kingfisher beer.
That's good for start.
Thank you.
Before dinner hits the table, we get business talk out of the way.
So, how am I selling in Singapore?
I think you're going to be number 1, man.
I need something new.
Alango has a truly frightening concept, a new plan to promote my career.
A Cook's Tour, the saffron-colored years, the soundtrack to our lives, including such timeless favorites as Rockin' Desert Love Song, Entrails Make Cool Hand Puppets, and Riding the Thunder Bucket.
I think you'll find this collection a very special addition to your home music library.
Includes the breakout hit that is #1 across Europe. Pay with credit card and receive a free 9-piece knife set while supplies last. Offer not available in stores.
I think the spices are cooking Alango's brain. I hope he can manage ordering dinner.
Hungry. It smells good in here.
Yeah, we should get some nice chicken curry.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's get down to the real business at hand. Chicken masala is a favorite around the world. In fact, it was recently proclaimed the national dish in England. Chilies, cumin, and coriander provide much of the punch.
Rice. Oh, lovely.
This kind of rice goes very well with masalas.
I still got to get a grip on this eat with your fingers thing.
I'm gonna just grab a hunk off of this. What do I do now? There's a hot sauce on there. I'll burn my sensitive, my hands used to be tough when I, worked for a living. But now, they're all soft and girly. You just dig right in.
Take a small bowl. Yep, doing good. That's it.
Show off. It just goes against my Western concepts of going through a whole meal feeling, rice stuck to your fingers.
This is Banana Leaf's specialty. Fish head simmered in a fiery curry broth. This is the kind of heat that takes the enamel right off your teeth.
That's gorgeous.
I think this is a garupa. It's a very popular fish for fish head curry.
I'm dipping. Oh. That's sensational. Fish, curry, spices. One is not outweighing the other. It's right there.
It's got a
little heat.
I can't feel my tongue.
Okay, let's root around here for the cheek.
As I've said tiresomely again and again, the most flavorful parts and interesting textures are found in the head.
Oh, it's so tender.
The eye is, of course, a delicacy.
Okay, just squeeze that hard outer shell out. You swallow that, or you just...
The whole thing, eat it up.
All right, little rice.
A little ocular ball of goodness.
So good.
You're gonna see
It's spicy.
It is spicy. You can feel the spiciness.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to try this, right? Yep. We should probably order another beer first.
And now for the real test, the lime pickle.
Pickle.
Easily the hottest thing on the table.
It's good just by itself.
Burn down the house.
On a scale of 1 to 10, if I had to rate the curry on a spiciness,
Right.
I would say 1.
And I'd say you're full of number 2.
Very softly spicy.
It didn't set my mouth on fire, but it does have a slow, cumulative effect. My nose is running. I'm dribbling rice everywhere. I need a moment of privacy. Oh. 2 more kingfishers, my good man.
My editor, Alango, thinks I need to clear my head with some home cooking. His aunt, Mrs. Gopal, is the best cook he knows. So they invite me over for a traditional Indian meal. There's just one problem. Alango thought it would be nice and relaxing to have a local press photographer join us.
The line between sanity and insanity at this point is just paper thin. We're all about to go over the edge.
We're gonna have ayam masak merah, which is chicken in a red curry sauce. It's Tony. Meet my aunt, Mrs. Gopal, Tony Bourdain.
Mrs. Gopal starts by making the stock for the basmati rice.
What goes in first, the ghee?
Ghee. I knew what that was. It's clarified butter. This is what happens, by the way, you know, when you leave butter at your table in a restaurant, they save it up for your omelet on Sunday, as seen in such books as Kitchen Confidential.
But enough about me and my fascinating and hilarious book, Kitchen Confidential, now available in bookstores everywhere. Let's get back to the rice.
Cinnamon and cardamom, pandan leaf, onions go in, ginger and the garlic paste, tomatoes, cashew nuts and almonds. So all this forms like a stock for the rice.
Everything that goes in, it smells better.
Okay, we're going to cook the rice for half an hour.
It seems like you guys got everything under control. I'll be on the sofa if you need me.
As usual, someone else is slaving away in the kitchen while I sit here with Mr. Beer, traveling chef's best friend. I was drinking aftershave last night around 3 in the morning alone and crying in my bathroom. I think I have a problem.
Back in the kitchen, Mrs. Gopal fries up the chicken and begins making the sauce.
First in is the lemongrass and some onions. That's going to form a very nice paste. This is a mixture of the turmeric and the kalanga roots. It's the chili paste. No, the spicier the better.
Enough relaxing. I feel like I'm missing out on the action.
It's narcotizing, the smell.
The tomato puree, and that's the cashew nut and almond paste.
I need smell-o-vision for this.
Almost done. We'll let that simmer for a minute, put the finishing touches on the rice.
Deep fried shallots, and we're also going to put in the mixture of carrots and peas and corn. And the rice is ready. Action time.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming. Oh, it's your house. Excuse me. Looks really, really good.
There you are.
Sensational smell coming off of this. So good. This meal was highly advertised, and it is indeed fantastic. The best cooking is always home cooking.
So indeed, layovers can be a pain, but they can also be an opportunity. It's been a long time since I last slept, but you have to admit, it beats the airport lounge. Vietnam. It's beautiful. It's dreamlike. It's exotic. It has a very sensuous nature. It's an intoxicating place to be. You can see why generations of Frenchmen and Americans went insane here. But frankly, I've got the whole insanity thing down. I'm here to experience the flavors and textures of Vietnamese cuisine, from everyday fare to the wildly exotic, and maybe a little taste of the French influence. On first arrival, it is just sheer excitement. Ho Chi Minh City is a real throng of people. People are in constant motion. It's a little intimidating at first. It's amazing what people could fit on 2 wheels. Whole families all squeezed onto a tiny little motorbike.
I'd like it if New York were more like this. Basically taxis, scooters, and little 2-stroke motorcycles.
Traffic flows at inexplicable and wondrous patterns in space.
Walking here is a challenge. You gotta be awake. Off to the market. Look at some hooves and snouts.
The markets are always wonderful places to sample all the local fare, and I'm on the hunt for the ever-popular hot vin lan, fetal duck egg. But first, I've got to make it across the road.
After the guy great, I'm gone. Hang on. Watch your back. All right.
Dodging this traffic makes running through the defensive line of the New York Giants look like a stroll through the park.
It is suggested that this road is one way. Watch your back.
Benton Market is the central marketplace in Saigon, the largest and busiest in the city. We enter the market through the live poultry section.
Nothing like the smell of poultry excrement and fear.
The smell of a lot of live poultry, a lot of food cooking, makes a rather heady mix.
Actually, it smells better than the live poultry market in New York. A lot better.
Americans, we see our poultry, we see our meat in neat plastic-wrapped packages in the supermarket. We don't have to smell it, we don't have to look at its face. The Vietnamese understand that this started out as a live creature. In fact, it still is a live creature until just before dinner time. It seems like a panorama of cruelty at first, but in some ways, it's more honest than our system. Somewhere in this maze of food is the duck egg I'm looking for. There are food stalls, each food stall specializing in different aspects of Vietnamese day-to-day working-class cuisine.
Getting hungry.
Bowls of pho, which are noodle soups, some made with beef and pork, others with seafood. Some are spicy with different kinds of stocks, cilantro, chilies, and other garnishes.
A little lime, some sprouts and greens. Maybe we'll have a spring roll.
Places that specialize in spring rolls or beef or chicken on a stick. Fruit juices.
Sweet.
And in every case, it's spectacularly fresh, smells good.
Very spicy.
Time and time again, you're struck by how proud each vendor is. They want you to try their food.
Oh, that's great. Next.
Here it is. Hot vin lan, fetal duck egg.
One hot bit long?
Sold and consumed on the street and in stalls, it's a popular Vietnamese snack, especially for men who believe it enhances virility.
It's hot.
It's a duck embryo, matured past half-term, then soft-boiled. Any takers? It's a difficult dining experience.
The vaguely feathery, furry-looking bits here are actually not bad. I don't think I'll be having another, though. I think it's back to croissant tomorrow. I don't think I'll be making that a breakfast staple. I don't think I'll be adding that to, you know, what is it? Little Special K, milk, bacon, and fetal duck egg.
Beaks and feathers first thing in the morning may have been a bit ambitious. I'm in need of something to settle my stomach. I hook up with a cyclo driver who assures me he has just the remedy. Now, most of the cyclo drivers, they're very proud and very happy about wherever it is they take you. They're all too eager to take you to their favorite restaurant, the best bowl of pho, run you around and show you the sights. But everyone seems to stare at you when you're sitting in this thing. You feel like a bit of a rube. Here comes Lord Jim, you know, let's shake him down for some don. So it's fun if you want to feel like a pasha or a visiting dignitary.
Hello. Hey.
I feel a little silly, actually. But I guess it's something everybody should do at least once.
Squid soup.
So this is what the cyclo driver had in mind? Chow muck? Squid soup? The Vietnamese have a distinctive culinary approach. Each dish balances considerable style of the regional flavor quartet. Hot, sour, salty, and sweet, eaten together in perfect harmony.
It smells fabulous. It's good. Now, I'm thinking squid, what looks like cut up baguette, actually, with crouton, cilantro. This is like a pork blood. It's a cake made of just coagulated, like actually like we're going to see in Portugal. Like you see in a lot of Europe. I guess it's just a little pan-cooked, emulsified blood. It's fabulous.
So I sit there and eat my squid soup and watch people go by on their motos. doing the everyday things they were doing 200 years ago and will probably be doing 200 years from now. There's a cheerful stoicism and generosity here, in spite of almost overwhelming history. It comes home to you, even when eating the simplest bowl of squid soup.
But it's remarkable. Look at this place.
As night falls, every street in Saigon seems to be like Sunset Strip. You've got the same type of lowrider cruise mentality. And the streets just completely fill up. Tonight's destination is a one-of-a-kind family-style restaurant, Kham Nu Saigon. The first thing you notice is the sound of smashing crockery. Typically not a good sign. My most memorable host in Vietnam is the inimitable Madame Gao.
Welcome, everybody. Oh, thank you. It's for me. Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to see you again.
Yes, I'm happy to see you.
This woman is a force of nature. She's generous.
I'm very happy to have you.
Almost smotheringly friendly.
I love everybody come from New York.
She's a mix of Yenta, Jewish mother, and six-cylinder Gambino family hoodlum. The operation she runs is spectacular.
She thought about this place for a long time before she opened it, and it shows. You look at the tiny little details, the sort of things a lifer cook like me notices, a lifer in the restaurant business. It's not a corner of this restaurant. It's not one part that does corner. It isn't completely squared away like a naval vessel.
This is a smooth operation. This is the way to run a restaurant.
And of course, the cleanup job at the end of this night must be unbelievable.
In a very Western way, she's figured out a gimmick. She's researched traditional Vietnamese cuisine and found references to a way of baking rice in clay pots, then smashing them open to serve a sort of crispy rice pilaf.
Thank you.
The waiters keep sending these sizzling hot rice cakes sailing through the air at high speeds. They're received by a waiter on the other side of the room, given a little bit of English, flipped up in the air, cut into pieces, sauced with fish sauce, wok nam, and scallions, and deposited on your plate. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy in the middle, and totally delicious. People love it. It's a lot of fun. Of all the meals I have in Vietnam, Madame Gao consistently bowls me over.
I always take care good my customer.
This stuff is not only fresh, it's brilliantly presented.
It's a full-on assault, you know? It's just an attack of brilliant colors.
Lobster grilled and bathed in a sweet paprika sauce. Crabs stir-fried with sweet basil. Steamed tiger prawns. The ingredients she's using are really creative and really cute.
Oh, zucchini flower. Lovely.
Zucchini blossoms stuffed with ground pork, dipped in batter, and deep fried.
So good.
Fish soups. I've had a lot of fish soups, but this with the little cockles, tofu, and dill in a fish broth, it's really imaginative and powerful. Cuts of pork with tea-marinated, hard-cooked eggs. Sounds like a strange mix? It's not. Everything is so fresh here. It's crisp.
Really strong, really powerful, really seductive flavors.
This is a sort of food that Westerners who go to Vietnam time and time again come back raving about.
You know, it's mind-blowing.
It's the best example of what the Vietnamese do so well.
Apparently every night it's like a holiday meal. Oh, yeah, look at this.
A palate cleanser of chilled mango and custard apple.
If you look around at how happy people are here, the expressions on people's faces. This makes me wish I had a bigger family so I could bring them all here.
You see new arrivals coming in on motorcycles and motor scooters as they roll right through the dining room. Madame Gao is a terrifyingly attentive host.
Are you happy? Every time you come to Vietnamese, you have to call my restaurant. Okay, have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Okay, please. Okay.
Don't forget me. I will never forget you.
But a word of advice, if you're thinking about copying her rice and crockery gimmick, think again. I would not want to make an enemy of Madame Gao. Modern Vietnam wouldn't be the same without the French influence of yesteryear. I'm on my way to La Bibliothèque, a little piece of France in the heart of Saigon, a restaurant that embodies the past. Madame Dai is a throwback to the early colonial days of French occupation. This is a woman who speaks French fluently, educated and largely raised in France. Vietnam's first female lawyer,
C'était mon étude d'avocat, my law firm.
who in 1975, when the communists took over South Vietnam, turned her offices into a cafe.
Je vous apporte du martini.
Cheers, everyone.
Which quickly became a meeting place for visiting dignitaries, ambassadors, and maybe a couple of spies.
Oh, incredible. Don't get the Victor at Dien Bien Phu right here. That's amazing. This is just incredible.
Mon très cher ami François Mitterrand.
The Pope. It's extraordinary. Oh, you have some extraordinary friends.
Even after all these years, there's a whiff of aristocrat about her. Her kitchen speaks of days gone by. People that work with her, she mentioned that one was a nanny for her children. I suspect these women have been with her for decades.
Well, we're having a little grilled, this is pork, little beef wrapped in leaf.
It is a kind of grape leaf.
Ah, grape leaves, oh, fabulous. And this is rice noodles. Whoops, lovely. And spring rolls. Thank you. It's so wonderful. It's exactly what we need. We were walking around in the heat, overeating all day. This is so perfect.
These are typical Vietnamese appetizers and entrees presented in a little corner of France. This dessert is a classic creme caramel, strictly French.
No, this is a taste of my childhood. Guess I brought that Speedo along for nothing. You'll be carrying me out on the gurney.
And of course, at the end of the meal, she decides to hit us with her special blend of snake wine.
A special preparation.
I didn't expect her to come out with this big jar of snakes right after my creme caramel.
Parfait, merci. À votre santé, madame. Et merci.
And like so many things in Vietnam, if you drink it, it will make you strong.
It's good. Fear not.
I get real strong in the next few weeks, let me tell you.
Please come back soon.
There's Madame Dai in her black dress and her hair pinned up, still speaking French, still in her parlor, with her books and photographs and her memories. It's yet one of many really remarkable places where you can reconnect with the past in Saigon.
Starving, I could eat a snake. In fact, I could eat a palpitating snake heart. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
One continually hears about the mythological stamina-giving quality of certain foods in Vietnam, and Cobra Heart is one of them. Quang Run restaurant literally translates to flavors of the forest, and you get flavors of the forest, all right.
Roasted field mouse, lizard, chameleon, minced bat. What's a teal?
What I'm going for is the famous live, palpitating Cobra Heart.
Come on, let's go.
This is one of those things that you just got to do, right?
How about the heart still beating, right?
It's one of those cocktail party stories that's sure to turn Mom green.
I don't like that the waitresses are afraid of this.
I wanted Cobra Heart. This was a destination for me.
Cool, let's eat.
Essentially, they're all too happy to bring out a squirming, hissing, menacing-looking cobra.
Let's do the nasty. They don't seem to have their mise en place together. I have my mise en place together when I'm making steak frite. It seems to me, you know, when you're making a live cobra, you know, you should have your operating stuff laid out. You know, where's the cutting board, the knife? Scissors? You notice the Band-Aid on our waiter?
My cobra handler has a large bandage on his hand, which leads me to believe that maybe he was a little sloppy with the last cobra. So Cobra Heart. They zip that guy open right in front of you. They put the beating heart right into a little dish, and it's pumping away like right out of a horror movie.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, let's go. Well, it's fresh. Want it beating. Cheers, folks. It feels strong. It kind of pumps on its way down, too. It's still ticking.
Don't think this cobra is going to waste. It's about to become a 5-course meal. Snake eating has long been a valued part of the medicinal repertoire of Vietnam. It makes you strong.
Good, cook that up for me. You know, cut into chunks, sear in pan, slow braise.
Now this is impressive. I'm told that every part of the snake is going to be prepared into a different dish for me.
Okay, let's have a shot. Cheers, looking at you.
Cobra heart makes you strong. Cobra blood makes you stronger. It kind of tastes like a bull shot, a Bloody Mary made with beef broth.
Come on, Emerald, right here. Kick this up a notch. They seem to have drained some sort of dark viscous fluid in here. It's sort of a worst case scenario. This is the bile. You know, I figure I'd be tasting plenty of that later at my hotel.
A little bit bitter.
Yeah, I don't like this that much.
Now, I thought bile was a bad thing. Well, in Vietnam, it makes you strong like everything else does. Apparently, bile makes you really, really, really strong.
My wife tells me I'm bilious enough. Let's eat.
Bones of the...
Oh, the bones.
Fried cobra bones, they're crunchy and delicious, kind of like potato chips, only sharper.
Not bad. You know, Yankee game. 7th inning stretch.
I'm not crazy about the meat that much.
Tastes like chicken.
The skin is a little rubbery.
It's like sushi.
But the tripes is like eating condoms still in the packet. Not that I've done that.
You can chew that all day. You're not getting anywhere with it. I swallowed it all.
And of course, the obligatory cobra soup. It looks like it's got some curry in it.
It's like mulligatawny soup. It's terrific. How will I ever go back to like grilled cheese sandwich and Cheerios? What next?
They brought this out very proudly. What the hell is that? An oversized tree grub squirming around in all its glory.
Right. All right, he's pretty. What are we going to do with him?
You know, I've already been gargling cobra bile, and they bring this along as course 2?
Right, there's my grub. You know, the cobra guts aren't enough. I got to do this for the cause. Thanks.
It's kind of crunchy on the outside and creamy in the middle. Imagine a deep-fried Twinkie, only smaller.
I don't think I'll be taking a batch home.
It kind of looks like Alien 7, The Revenge. I wouldn't call cobra or tree grub everyday local fare.
Do they sell this at D'Agostino? Not yet.
Eating them is a lot like some Western foods that the sophisticated eat without thinking. Bellon oysters, caviar, foie gras. Maybe eating snakes and worms only seems more outrageous because it's a different culture.
All right.
There are 4 or 5 touchstones of my Asian adventures. The palpitating cobra heart is a must-do. I'm not disappointed. It's exactly as exotic an experience as I'd hoped for, even a little scarier. And strangely enough, I am feeling strong. I picked Cambodia as a place to go because I knew nothing about it, and because it was the last place on earth that I guess I really wanted to go. Maybe you've seen the killing fields. This is just about all I knew of Cambodia. And I guess the first thing that struck me was, gee, it looks just like the movie. Familiar, frightening, and a little intimidating. At first, it's a little depressing, and you really wonder what people see in it. But the country grows on you. The people are lovely, and the food is eye-opening and mind-expanding. Using aromatic herbs and spices, traditional Cambodian cuisine is both complex and accessible. Fat and meats are used sparingly, while vegetables, fruits, and fish are used liberally.
We're in beautiful downtown Phnom Penh, Cambodia. This is where madmen, missionaries, relief workers, journalists, and backpackers and Westerners come to behave badly. Gonna buy some crunchy, tasty breakfast, maybe a little fruit, pick up a little picnic lunch, and then go discharge some heavy weaponry. First, a haircut.
Last night I was at the appropriately named Heart of Darkness bar, and I was told by a local expatriate who'd been here for some time the 4 rules of survival in Cambodia. 1, always wear a condom. 2, don't drink the water. 3, throw out your anti-malaria pills. 4, for God's sake, stay away from the durian fruit. Stay away from it. That's all I needed to hear.
Big Chanko's back, and he's got a kicky new summer do. I'm ready. I can appear in public in Cambodia. Let's eat. Let's go eat some crunchy bugs and little birdies and have some fruit, maybe kill something.
All right, I'm on the hunt for the king of all Asian fruits, the elusive, terrifying, melon-like durian. A man you can get easily distracted in the market.
Yeah, I need, like, identification of this product before I put it in my mouth this early in the morning, I think. And even identification might not do it for me, actually. The colors are beautiful. All right, maybe for lunch. Maybe we'll pick it up for a picnic.
The food in this place is really challenging my intestinal fortitude. My culinary bravado is starting to shrivel.
And there's stuff here that's, alarmingly bright, sort of unnatural colors and jelly-like. That I think I'm going to lay off of. That looks radioactive. I try not to eat food that exhibits color that does not exist in nature. And then, of course, there's some stuff I know what it is, but I don't think I'll be having any, like the chicken skin and giblets. I see something I'm curious about, though, that I might go for breakfast.
All right, here we go. Crickets.
Well, let me get one. Let's get 5. Head first or tail first? Anyway. Oh,
could use a beer with them.
Kind of a cross between like French fries and beef jerky.
All right, enough distractions. Back to the mission at hand. I want durian, must have durian, need durian, have to get some durian. Where's the durian? I should be able to smell it. I know it's around here somewhere. Oh yeah, baby, the terrifying durian.
Do they have to sell you a whole one, I'm guessing? We'll buy a knife, and we'll buy some stuff, and then we'll tear into this someplace. If you could pick me out a nice one, then you can just wrap it to go. I saw kitchen equipment over there. We're going to try to get us a nice meat axe to cut the durian with. I gather from my limited reading on this subject that one does not want to be in a close, confined area with a lot of people around when you hack into this thing.
This dirty diaper-smelling fruit can weigh up to 12 pounds. Now that's a load.
Okay, we got our cutlery. We assembled a little picnic for ourselves, including a single durian in this double-wrapped bag here. The elephants, upon smelling durian, might charge and choose to stomp on me. This costs $10 US, $8 US, which is a lot for a piece of fruit anywhere in the world. So people really like this. I mean, this is hugely popular all over Asia. But, it's a love-hate thing because it stinks to high heaven, but apparently it's, absolutely wonderful and addictive. And, I mean, I've heard about it, in the States, people talking about it, as an experience that, they keep coming back to. It's a message board online. People are like, how do I score durian in the United States? How do I get durian to the United States? So this is it.
The inside of the durian has 5 compartments containing the edible custardy pulp.
Almost looks like a lobe of foie gras, doesn't it? Scary looking, huh? It's almost smoky. It's actually really good. This is really good. It stinks to high heaven. It doesn't taste like it smells. It's actually subtle, kind of fruity, but the smell is very much part of the experience. Rich as all hell. I mean, you need, bring your friends to this experience. If you have any friends left after you've transported it, they're not going to love you for that. Now, as I understand it, one buys one of these little swallows, cups it in one's hands, and then releases it with a wish. And presumably, in return for your
your kindness an act of mercy, you will be granted this wish. Here we go. I'm making a wish. I hope that the smell of durian leaves me soon. I've been told about a rather, how shall I say, unique eating experience about 15 kilometers out of town. I'm a little apprehensive. It's on a military base. Okay, I guess I didn't need to call ahead for reservations. What do you recommend?
Yeah, I think we're going to try the K-57.
Let's do 2 magazines to start. So, I'm kind of hungry. I'm thinking, you know, maybe we'll play a little with a handgun, and then we'll snack. This is no ordinary eater. Sure, you can order drinks and snacks, but the specialty of the house is firearms and artillery. Nothing like a cold Angkor and the smell of cordite in the morning. I don't have a lot of breakfast like this in New York. And maybe I should. I'm sure our audiences have noticed the similarity between me and a young Sean Connery. That's what we're shooting out. Chosen gun of James Bond, a Walter BPK. A lot of things in my life that I've done that have felt really, really good have had at least an element of shame involved. Thanks. Okay, that'll do me. You know, even if you're talking about a really good, really big, really rich meal, you feel a little bit ashamed of yourself afterwards. Why is it that shame and pleasure are such close partners? So, as I leave the shooting range, I'm feeling a little bit ashamed. Although I did have a rollicking good time. But I still reek of that durian. I've been traveling around Asia, eating alone, strangers gawking at me and chattering in strange languages, eating every variety of strange food. It's lonely. So I'm very grateful and very happy that my friend and boss, Philippe, the owner of Leao, my restaurant in New York, decided to join me in Cambodia. I hear there's some organ meat in the market that Philippe would go crazy for. The French love organ meat. We should point out that this market's like 130 degrees. I have to walk in a crouching position. There's, you know, under a tent, which, you know, ensures that all that nice heat and sort of the gas from the decomposing carcasses all around is rising up around you.
This is all appetizing.
So, we're in for a treat. Now, it's always good to rely on a Frenchman. Philippe's an adventurer and a colonialist in the best sense of the word. I love Philippe, and I love food, and it's really fun to travel with him. But you know, as with all things French, it's a love-hate thing, too. Philippe tends to get me in trouble. He wants to eat everything.
But there is a fish here that has been
basically
cut out
opened
open.
up, butterflied, the major part of the rib removed, and the rest, like, I guess, hung and smoked.
It's appetizing.
Going to the insect district.
That's a beetle or that's a little bird? That's a little bird. We want you want the small one?
Yeah, let's have some crunchy little birds. Fried chicken Cambodian style.
So eat everything, right?
We'll roll it in a little of the stuff.
Salt and pepper and lime. You eat everything, right?
Oh, hold up.
It's delicious. I'm so happy. This is so good.
Take a bag of those to a Knicks game. See here, look. This is what I was talking about. My last LSD trip looked just like this, by the way. From what I can tell, this gelatinous substance is a real favorite for breakfast. Oh man, I'm gonna have to taste this. But I think I'm gonna let Philippe go first.
This one here, little bit. Not much. It's a bit, very jello-like, very bland. It's almost like a negative taste, it's less than taste.
Okay, that sounds right up my alley. It's like tea. It's like jelly green tea. Let's blow up.
Excellent.
We're
Thank
making
you very
a lot
much.
of friends here. We're headed to the tripe section. Philippe saw some really nasty bits of pig guts that, he's French.
Oh,
Need
thank
I
you.
say more?
I'll take this as a compliment. So this is mixed tripe, I guess, right? Okay, like this? Yes?
Big buckets of steaming, nasty-looking tripe. I make tripe very well in the classic French manner, but I don't particularly like it. I think it smells like wet dog. So this particular tripe, I don't even know what animal it's from, and it's in a big nasty smelling heap with tongues mixed in there somewhere. Well, this is caviar to Philippe. He's gotta have this.
Lemongrass tripe. Oh, yes. See?
I'm convinced that he's poisoning me at this moment. I'm wondering why he hates me, why he's doing this to me.
Exactly what it is.
But you know the French, they're a mystery.
Remember, they like Jerry Lewis over there, too.
I'm thinking, run away, and Philippe is like, eat more tripe, eat more bugs, let's try that. I'm like, get me back to the hotel, I want a grilled cheese sandwich. I finally dragged Philippe away from the claustrophobia of the market and the organ beats. I'm in need of some open space. Having digested the culinary delights of the market, I'm ready to find the floating village on Lake Tonle Sap that I'd heard about.
What are the fast about? We're going out to a floating village. As I understand it, it's a fishing village. It's a reasonably self-contained community. As far as what to expect, once again, we'll know till we get there. But it's apparently an entire floating community.
I mean by that their houses float, their livestock pens float. They operate floating fish farms, floating restaurants, floating businesses. Their entire lives, their entire communities are waterborne and move from place to place as situation requires. Philippe once again decides that he's going to risk life and limb, my life and limb, for emotional reasons and for an adventure. He's not content to eat in a restaurant. He wants to eat local food. And he sees a woman cooking food for her family.
You know, it's all rice with whatever she's preparing, you know, it's all fish concoction or...
And says, oh, let's eat what she's eating. I think she's very surprised to have us come along. And we're very aware of the fact that she very likely has little food. So all we want is a little taste to see what she's doing.
So what is it then?
Pork, fish, garlic, and fish paste.
Nice save, Philippe. Outstanding. Chose the right place, Philippe. I think they're selling ballpark franks over there at the other junction.
And all she's doing is stir-frying a mixture of pork and fish, served with rice and a little green onion.
But it smells so good. Sugar? Some sugar.
Some sort of sugar syrup.
Right, like a pure sugar cane syrup.
Pay attention, though, to how hot that wok is, how controlled the heat is, how well she manipulates the flame and the pot and the wood to apply heat, to cook this very simple but very nutritious meal. This woman is very kind and very generous, and I think curious and maybe a little awed at the strange freakazoids who want to have a little taste of her food.
Oh, look at this. My God, thank you so much. I couldn't. Look at this.
You first, you sniff this meal out.
Ah, little pepper.
Chili.
Oh, yeah. Let me roast it a little first. Yes, like this. Yes. Okay. Smells delicious. I'll be back here.
Oh, this is good. Yes.
It's simple, it's honest, and it tastes good.
Freshwater clam.
It's the people that make the difference. And if you're going to travel, it's always wonderful to eat what the people are eating at your destination. This is the way they feed themselves. This is the way they live. This is what they're eating. This is not hotel food. I am aware, however, as I'm eating it, she's washing the pot in the river water, that I should probably visit my gastroenterologist when I return to New York. You know, I'm reconsidering traveling with this guy.
That does me. Very good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Here comes dessert. It's like bananas flambé. I mean, it's basically...
All dessert?
It looks sweet to me.
There's a little floating dessert boat that pops up alongside. I guess they see us from a little downriver and come sailing up with some caramelized bananas and fresh fruit and sweets.
So it's only fruits, right? It smells so good.
That is a mango.
Pickled mango. Okay.
So we start with this here?
Yeah. That's great.
Spectacular.
So if you're really curious about a country, eat how everyday people eat. And this is how everyday people eat in this village. Sometimes you find satisfying meals in the strangest places.
It was good. I just violated absolutely every Lonely Planet traveler's guide there is and loved it. Let's see, unripened fruit, fecal coliform bacteria.
And that's why I love Philippe, and why I hate Philippe. He's so happy.
Oh, sole mio.
He inspires both the best and the worst in me. So this was something I'm glad I didn't miss.
Hookworm and liver fluke, add that to the Lonely Planet violations today.
Philippe and I have traveled from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap to explore the last vestiges of a once mighty empire and to discover high-end Khmer cuisine.
Angkor Wat. Looking good. Don't see a lot. Don't see this in Jersey.
Truly one of the most imposing sights of the ancient world, a city of temples in the middle of the jungle.
You can't even take pictures of this. It's too big. It's just too beautiful. It's too intricate. It's endless.
Yeah, there's a nice view here. On one of the 7 wonders of the world.
It's the child's dream of adventure. There you are, standing next to evidence of a magnificent and intricate ancient civilization. You're dwarfed by the scale and the volume of it all. This was the pinnacle of the Khmer Empire. And I'm ready for a meal that matches the grandeur of this experience, or at least comes close. Home to the famed Angkor Wat temples, the city of Siem Reap has a world-class hotel that caters to foreign tourists. This is Philippe's last night in Asia. He's got to get back to Laos. So as an appropriate send-off, we decide to have, in the hotel, a royal Cambodian meal.
After a morning spent eating tripes and tongues and bugs and a rather run-down and, not so tidy Phnom Penh, and an afternoon spent firing automatic weapons outside of town, decided that we deserve to live like colonial imperialist pig dogs.
So we tuck into some really excellent, very well prepared, very subtle, very precise, colorful food that really, for the first time, gives us a sense of the possibilities inherent in traditional Khmer cuisine.
We have a first course here.
Beef, crushed peanuts, black mushrooms, and minced sweet basil in a fresh rice paper wrapping.
Again, really fresh.
Sure, it's an egg roll, but it's a damn good one. Pumpkin and lemongrass soup with a dollop of coconut milk.
Yes. Lovely. Thank you. Pumpkin, cool.
And a nice touch, a cumin stirring stick that infuses flavor.
Delicious.
Beef sautéed with garlic, red peppers, and soy sauce. Served in a banana leaf.
This one is your beef nogla.
And garnished with deep-fried threads of ginger, turmeric, potato, and taro.
That's extraordinary. Yeah.
Yes. One steamed fish and one steamed rice, table 52, please.
Whole grouper, steamed with shiitake mushrooms. Topped with red pepper, cilantro, scallions, and fresh ginger. And finished with hot oil and a chili sauce. A really good meal, beautifully presented. A truly inventive use of local ingredients, creating rich and textured dishes.
Really well. Really well. This is the greatest idea.
I'll miss Philippe, but I'm recharged and ready to move on for more food adventures. God help us, what we think of in America when we talk about Mexican food is again and again, tomatoes, cilantro, a little jalapeno, a squirt of lime, gobs of sour cream, cheddar, and maybe Monterey Jack cheese sprinkled on top, some crappy refried beans. It ain't like that at all. There's a whole spectrum of flavors and textures and ingredients that most of us wouldn't know about. I came to Mexico to find this real Mexican food. Some places I can tell I'm going to like immediately. I'm going to like this place. I'm on my way to Oaxaca, a beautiful town with a very sophisticated, maybe the most sophisticated cuisine in Mexico. We're going to the mercado, right? The central market.
Food market and grocery market.
I've enlisted Martin, my driver, to show me the authentic side of Oaxacan cuisine. He's from Mexico City, so he's a city boy like me. We can buy some food and maybe buy a breakfast.
And some chapulines too.
What's a chapulina?
Grasshoppers.
Grasshopper. I don't know that I'm ready for that for breakfast. Why not? The Oaxacan market is filled with really gorgeous, surprisingly fresh stuff. It's a market that smells good, with a real variety of things going on. And like all the best markets, it's notable for its cool food stalls where there's great stuff to eat. And this place is no exception.
Here? It's okay.
Here?
They have everything.
Good. Chocolate con agua, chocolate con leche. Chocolate atole is basically hot chocolate with a sort of cornmeal texture. Sort of like tapioca, but not as thick. It's almost like a breakfast porridge. And the bread's kind of like a brioche. A sweet bread. I'm kind of liking this with the corn, because it's thicker. I tell you, if you stand in here long enough, you'll take on that original smokehouse flavor yourself. There's even a whole butcher section where there's meat available right then and there for grilling. You got sausages like chorizo and morcilla, and they'll grill it right up for you. This is pretty cool. This is very cool. Now, what's going on here? You
buy by a quarter, by a half, by a pound, by a kilo, and they can start grilling it for you.
Right. Now I see over here somebody's got some, looks like some big green onions going.
Yeah, big onions.
That's a chorizo there.
This is the chorizo.
Right.
Just beef.
Right.
¿Qué es este, amigo? Tripa. Tripes.
I've been eating a lot of tripes on this trip. I don't know. Okay, we'll be back for this. Oh, the hell with it. Let's get a couple of chorizos. You can pick up your own vegetables and tortillas, whatever else you want to grill, right by the butcher station. So it's sort of a build-your-own sandwich joint, with many, many options open to you as far as which butcher you want to go to, which products you want to bring. It's fun, sort of a kooky concept. Now, what should we do with these? Should we get something to eat with that or just snack on it?
No, we can have a tortilla or just a snack.
I think just a snack. I want to get a little light eating this morning. So a quart of hot chocolate. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks good. Look at all that nice red stuff coming out of there. Oh, that's really good. Spicy, wonderful, oily, greasy, smoky. That's really good. What do we owe?
12 pesos.
I need a little time to regain my appetite, so we take a moment to check out the goods. I've pictured my floor staff many a time in exactly this position. Oh, yeah, okay. Here's where I'm really getting turned on, the chili section.
Chile mulato, chihuacle negro.
Pasilla mije.
Chilo pasilla mije, chile guajillo.
You could do an entire 22-episode series just on the chiles. There's so many of them. Each has their own characteristics, some of which are very subtle. You know, various stages of one particular chile, you could get going a big discussion on that alone. I don't have the time or the knowledge to pursue that subject as fully as it deserves. What's the hottest pepper here?
Habanero.
These are dried habaneros.
Dried habanero.
Okay, I need a bag of those. My old friend Steven has some Phen on the way. Ah, grasshoppers.
Okay, now you have to put them in your mouth.
Right.
Little grasshopper, big grasshopper.
Big grasshopper. Just
and
pop
you
right
just
in?
go like that. Yeah?
They're good. Where's the flavor coming from? They put spices?
¿Qué le pones al chapulín? Garlic, lemon, and salt.
More bugs, grasshoppers. Big deal. Been there, done that. It's so last week. I have a few grasshoppers at this point. It's like eating potato chips. Crunchy.
Muchas gracias.
As if I haven't gorged on enough odd food already, Martin tells me that the market has a place known for its menudo, or tripe soup. I think I need a bowl.
It's everything inside.
Make you strong?
Very strong, special for hangovers. That's one for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's belly, eye, only un ojo.
Good.
Heart.
Oh, yeah.
Extra heart.
Yeah.
Leg.
The leg, right?
Leg.
Leg?
Leg. Yeah. Mouth.
Oh,
From
yeah.
the mouth.
Good. Lips.
Belly.
Belly. Good.
Liver.
Liver.
And head.
Menudo's a lot like peasant dishes in other countries. Little strange bits of meat, some crunchy vegetables, and some hot broth to warm it up.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's a meal. That's good. Yeah, we got this little lime, a little more chiles. I like it spicy. This nuclear. I don't know if there's a hoof or a snout or.
The menudo is incredible. It may look like something from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the dramatic variety of textures tastes great floating around in the spicy, meaty broth.
That singing group of adorable tykes was named after a big heap of steaming guts. It's true.
I can't be within 500 miles of sun and sand and not spend a day at the beach. So I begged Martine to take me to the coastal town of Puerto Angel.
Looks like a swordfish because it has the head cut off.
Puerto Angel is a fishing community.
Grande. Cleaned up, ready to go. Looks good to me. Lunch.
As in so many fishing communities, people recognize the boats from way out. As soon as a boat comes in, they come in quick and everybody runs to get the best fish. Some of this goes to the market for wholesale. A lot of it is just bought by the locals to bring home and take care of their own fish needs. Since I was at the beach, I decided to go snorkeling, which seemed like a good idea at the time.
In case we need to cook something, we need a lighter.
I got one.
But now, looking back, it was just another pointless venture in television entertainment. The plan was to have the buff, brown, and studly Chef Bourdain go diving into the water and come up with a snapping, monster-sized fish, followed by a photogenic scene of me grilling fish in a woolly sweater on the beach over an open fire.
Keep playing around all the
In fact, it was a spindly, pencil-neck, flabby-assed, and semi-nauseated Chef Bourdain tenuously wading into the freezing water with a wiry Mexican guy named Leo.
He basically line fishes while snorkeling. He dives down, finds a big one, and then tries to sucker him in.
We're out there in our snorkels, and he dives like 25 feet down. He's down there for a long time. I get around halfway down before my ears are going nuts, and I gotta come up and get some air.
2.5 packs a day.
As so often is the case at debacles like this, after 20 rip-roaring minutes of pointless idiocy, we wrapped up this exercise and ran over to the nearest beach bar, where we ordered up the fabulous fiesta of frozen fish. At this point, I don't care if I'm eating Mrs. Paul's fish sticks. Food always tastes good when you got sand between your toes.
Okay, I'm ready for the hot tub scene.
So Leo's telling me that iguana is actually everyday food. He says every third day of his life, he goes hunting with the dog. The dog roots out an iguana for him, grabs one of these suckers, I guess grills them up. I don't know. We're gonna have to get this story over again.
So I decide to take Leo's recommendation and ask the host of our hotel to serve up this specialty.
He wants to die. I mean, look at how peaceful he is.
Let me describe eating iguana to you. First of all, you look at this leathery, wrinkled, nasty old thing and you're thinking, you know, that can't taste good. So he hands it off to his sister-in-law to cook. Maybe the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life. After stabbing it in the brain and roasting it over a flame so she can peel the skin off, they boil it in this scummy water.
In 1 hour, it gets cooked. We can start making the tamales.
And then they put it inside a tamale. And I mean, it's like I unwrap this thing and it's like, what the is that? What part do I eat?
See, it's very tough. It's covered with skin. You could feel the little bones inside there. And the meat is sort of rubbery but chicken-like.
It tasted exactly the way you would think. If you've ever kept fish, you know, when you clean your tank after 9 years, that sort of nasty, greasy sludge at the bottom of the tank, that's kind of how iguana tastes. It was undercooked, and when I finally managed to suck a few strands of meat out, I'm sorry I did.
Tastes like chicken.
Unbelievably horrible.
Worst episode ever.
The cornmeal gets iguana taste. I just want to die. I mean, really, really bad. I want to dip my head into a bucket of lye after this meal. You know, pull my eyes out of their sockets and jump off a cliff. We're going to visit this woman, Dominga, who's famous for her traditional Oaxacan tamales made with banana leaves instead of corn husks. You walk in and the first thing I notice are the smells. The smell of incredible food cooking al fresco competes with livestock and animal dung. Flies are everywhere. There are chickens running around my feet, and I'm thinking, great, what have I gotten myself into? Perhaps to ease my nervousness, she allows me to taste her mole negro that's been simmering all morning.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, wow. I'm looking forward to this. Fantastic.
Dominga then gets ready to toast the banana leaves on a small portable stove called a comal. The comal is the flat surface they toast peppers, herbs, and things like that on.
There are two ways for making the leaves. You can broil them in the water or grilled in the comal.
I have banana leaves in my restaurant in New York. Use them for garnish.
If you don't do this, they don't work. You cannot bend them. They break. That's why
you toast them a little first.
You toast them, yeah.
So we watched Dominga make about a zillion of these toasted banana leaves. Next was the arduous task of preparing the corn for a trip to the much-anticipated Molina.
That's the corn called nixtamal. You have to wash it very well.
Okay, we're going to the mill. This, more than anything else, is the reason that Oaxacans point to as the most visible reason why their region is special, because this is still a really powerful tradition. They bring their own chocolate, their own corn, coffee, other dry ingredients, and even wet ingredients to the mill and grind it up, old style.
This dates back to pre-Hispanic times. The mill is an essential facet of village life in rural Mexico. It's a big stone wheel grinding against another big stone wheel until the stuff is ground into a very smooth paste. The paste is added slowly to stock and simmers to make the final mole sauce. There are usually two mills, one for wet ingredients such as peppers to make mole, and another for dry ingredients like corn to make cornmeal. We watched Dominga grind her freshly washed corn into cornmeal. Dominga came earlier this morning to have her own peppers ground into paste for the mole we tasted just a few moments ago.
Gracias. Gracias.
Gracias.
So once Dominga gets back from the mill with her freshly ground cornmeal, she places it in a mixing bowl, adds some rendered pork fat and water, and mixes it by hand.
So I heard say mas and maíz. Same?
It's the same. It's the same.
Once again, she checks the mole. Chicken, which has been simmering with fresh garlic and an egg, is now ready to be shredded. The smells are incredible. Next, she pats dry each of the toasted banana leaves and prepares the fire in her little shed to steam the tamales.
I can recognize a steamer when I see one.
Finally, she's able to assemble the tamales with all of these amazingly fresh ingredients she's been preparing all morning. First, a little of the cornmeal paste, the masa. Then, a little of the chicken, topped with some mole, then tightly wrapped.
Tamales are used for breakfast or for supper.
Some serious heat in there.
Next, Dominga steams the tamales for about 30 minutes. Looks like the tamales are finished cooking and finally ready to eat. Seems like Martin gets the first sample.
Wow. This is living. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, that's not good. That's great. That's really good. That's really, really fine. Good for hangovers? Gotta be. This is fantastic. Like no tamale I've ever had. Light years better than anything I've ever had in the past. Really good.
Flies don't necessarily mean bad food. In fact, sometimes flies seem to indicate really good food. You don't want to smell animal dung where you're cooking, but it's not an impediment to a good meal. Dominga's a good example of this.
Forget about every Mexican restaurant you've ever eaten in, but this is food. Fresh. Fresh and made the original old school way. I'm gonna have to have another one of these. A little piece, Mr. Piece. Oh, yeah.
Pozole, that's where we're going, right? Yeah. And this place is supposed to be really good.
It's supposed to be good.
Yeah. Martin's heard about a great place for pozole. It's pork and corn soup, which I love.
Pozole? Geez, those tacos look good. Okay, I was just gonna have pozole, but these tacos are looking really good. And that looks like chopped up head.
Exactly.
Cheeks, snout, ears, all the good stuff. Clearly, popular joint.
All right. Sometimes street food is the best food.
Pozole para el señor.
As you see, families flock here for a simple but hearty meal.
This restaurant's got it all. This is exactly the place I like to eat when going out to dinner. And just the type of companions I'm looking for.
This guy makes tacos faster than I can say tequila. It's the texture, the meatiness, the intensity of the flavor, and the freshness that make this the ultimate taco.
The best pork taco I've ever had. It's wonderful.
This is a good example, actually, of you go looking for one thing and you find another thing. I went looking for pozole. I found some really great King Hill tacos. And one more. Fruit.
Martin's outdone himself, shown me all the good spots, so it's only fair I treat him to some friendly shots of mezcal, a close cousin of tequila.
Now, what's that chaser they call?
Sangrita.
Sangrita. Little blood. A little blood. So a little mezcal, a little blood.
House made.
Sounds like a nice mix.
Cuatro y sangritas cuatro. Mezcal has a worm, you see.
Oh, yeah. Does that really work? You eat the worm?
No.
No, that's highly overrated, by the way. Never did anything for me.
They say the worm at the bottom of the bottle of mezcal makes you hallucinate.
Okay, first, the lime. Little maguey worm pepper.
They don't just use salt. They use ground up maguey worms and salt as a condiment. Good. A hot sauce chaser or sangrita to kill the worm taste. My stomach's saying, what the hell?
Let's do that again. Let's see, why am I drinking this? To get drunk. To take the pain away and the humiliation. I see where this evening's going.
Will I never learn? Never challenge a native to the local firewater.
Start singing, hit me with the nearest, like hit me with this and just drag me back to the hotel.
You want another one? No. You want another one?
I'm enjoying myself, trading shot for shot with Martin, but I fear that this evening will end badly. Despite my unfortunate foray into the world of reptilian cuisine, this has been a real learning experience. Mexican cuisine, and particularly Oaxacan cuisine, is complex and time-consuming, but it's worth it. Well, in Morocco, you land in Casablanca, major city. You hear the word Casablanca, you're thinking about the movie. You're thinking about Bogart. Here we are, Bar Casablanca, in Casablanca. And you know what? It doesn't look much like the movie. It kind of looks like a strip mall outside of Tulsa to me. Anyway,
The next few days, hopefully, we're going to see a very different Morocco, and it's not going to look anything like this.
I put myself into the hands of Abdul, my guide, my driver. The man knows where to go, how to get what I want, how to see what I want to see. A guy with strong opinions about food and just about everything else. The first stop in my search for authentic Moroccan food is Moulay Idris, named for the great-grandson of the Prophet Muhammad and the founder of the country's first Islamic dynasty. Here, Abdul arranges a meal for us at his friend Rashid's restaurant. But first, we have to go to the market.
What do we do first? We go to the market first.
These guys know where they're going. I don't.
It's good places. Where you buy every day.
Excellent.
Like many of the outdoor markets in other countries I've visited, this central arena is chock full of freshly cut meats and fresh local produce.
Salad is an important part of the meal here. Cooked vegetables in the salad or raw?
Well, both.
Or both, a little mix.
Moroccans are proud of their cuisine. You ask almost anyone what's good in a particular area in Morocco, they're going to tell you, and they're going to have very strong opinions.
Right, now we're eating a Moulay Idris tagine.
Yes.
We're going to try a Fez tagine later. That's you have strong opinions about this.
It's especially the kefta of Moulay Idris.
We want to eat what's good in a place that does
Yes,
it best.
yeah.
This is kefta town.
This is kefta town, yeah.
All right.
We're buying beef for kefta, which are basically tiny meatballs. We'll be making kefta kebabs and kefta tagine at the restaurant today.
I'm guessing they're going through the grinder. A little onion, some mint and cilantro, dried garlic.
So he gets orders for this a lot.
Yeah.
He's all ready. We got a big ball here of ground up beef fat, cumin, paprika, cayenne, cilantro, parsley, and mint. A little salt. And garlic. Thank you. Abdul's an amateur cook who takes his food very seriously. Some in good hands. Taxi.
On the way to the restaurant, Abdul shows me something really cool, the neighborhood bakery.
Well, here we go.
In Morocco, bread is made in the home, and the dough is brought to a central oven where it is then baked.
Every family makes their own bread. They bring the dough here, and this gentleman throws it into its communal oven.
Yes, like so 150 family, and each family put some special design.
So these marks on the bread identify whose bread it is. But as Abdul tells me, they're so good around here, and they've been doing this so long, that they can tell just from the shape of the bread and the way it's handled who made it and who it goes to. And man, it's a narcotic experience standing in here. It smells so good.
Now we go directly to the restaurant.
The Sharif's restaurant.
Yes.
And we're going to start cooking.
Yes, and these ladies who can start cooking.
Who are the best cooks in this country?
Well, of course, the ladies.
I knew you were going to say that.
This is a rare invitation we're experiencing, getting into the kitchen to watch the cooks.
They can serve up to 300 people a night out of this restaurant. Rather amazing when you look at the setup. Extraordinary.
In Morocco, as anyone will tell you, the best cooks are women. But as a devout Islamic country, the women are generally hidden from view.
We're going to get the tagine started because that takes the longest to cook.
Tagine, meaning any meal in one, cooked as a stew and at least served in the traditional clay-fired tagine. Moroccans will tell you there are a number of tagines. While the spices seem the same, the way that each cook uses these things varies greatly. Real staples of Moroccan cuisine: garlic, pepper, salt, ginger, cumin, paprika, olive oil.
We're not doing the Martha Stewart thing here where you start out with step one and then step two. But we have tagine working, mise en place for kefta, which are little meatballs, and vegetable prep.
These days, a lot of tagines are actually made in pressure cookers. It's the one-pot cookery. Substitute a wood fire for the tank full of gas, and substitute the original clay tagine for the pressure cooker, and you have pretty much the same thing.
Particularly in the old way, it would take about 2 to 3 hours to cook. So once it's on the fire, you've got a couple hours to wander around and, kill a goat or whatever else has got to be done.
Now, the sauce for kefta may look familiar, but try and imagine your Wednesday night spaghetti and meatballs loaded with cumin and paprika, and you have an altogether spicier meatball.
That's a long way from a Garland 6-burner range top like I'm used to working with. We got sauce going over there for the kefta balls. We have some additional kefta mix happening here for brochette without sauce. Over here we got tagine working low and slow in a pressure cooker. The principal instrument around here, by the way, is the hand. Okay? You eat with it, you you shape with it, you measure with it. There are not a lot of fixed recipes in this country. In a lot of ways, it's a cook's paradise because a lot of professional chefs really don't like doing things in an exact way. There's always a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That just always feels more natural and better for us. So the long guys are for kebab, the little round ones, kefta in sauce.
Okay, the smells coming out of here are unbelievable. I wish you could smell this room. The smells are driving me nuts, so it's a good thing they start bringing out the salads. After being lucky enough to witness the makings of a Moroccan feast, we finally sit down to eat.
I think I'm in real trouble now because I'm about to have, well, my first traditional Moroccan meal, and I'm going to eat it Moroccan style. That means I'm going to eat with my hands.
The meal begins with the washing of hands, in keeping with Islamic law.
When we told the waiter that the silly American will be eating Moroccan style, there was some amusement all around the room. A variety of salads and curated type dishes are laid out at the beginning of the meal. We have carrots, that's tomato and green pepper. Potato salad, tomato salad.
Luckily, we start small because I'm just learning how to eat the local way.
With the 3 fingers, you use the two like this, right? And the third one, it's like that.
It takes a little bit of trial and error to get this down, and the possibilities of looking clumsy are many.
Try to do it in
just the
opposite.
Down like this?
Yes, and the third finger like this. You see? Huh? Always this one.
It's fantastic.
Same thanks to this one.
As we dig into the salads, my handling skills improve a little bit. The plates keep coming, each bringing something new and colorful to the table.
Basically, kefta kebab.
Kefta shish kebab, yes.
We saw the mix being made. I noticed when you break your bread, see you shaping it a little bit so that it's easier. You either take the center out, or you
eat that. I don't want to become fat.
Oh, that's your personal choice. Okay. So this is not a Moroccan thing. That's an Abdul thing. So that's the little kefta balls that we saw before.
Yes, and
cooked in tomato sauce with egg, I see.
It's hot,
I can get this still down. It's really good. It's also a very traditional dish. And kefta, particularly good in Mulay Idris.
Yes.
How'd I do?
You do well.
Okay, I didn't embarrass my country and my...
No, you do as well.
After eating, the Moroccans have a strange but not unpleasant custom of defumigating themselves and others with incense and rose water.
Oh yeah. Feel better already.
The next stop in my search for authentic Moroccan cuisine is Fez. Fez is a medieval walled city from the 12th century. Because they have a history of fighting off would-be invaders, their cuisine developed from food that could be grown and stored for long periods of time within the city walls. They had olive and date trees, they had plenty of dried legumes and dried beef and preserved food squirreled away inside their homes. Because of their ability to outlast siege, they developed a cuisine. And you see the remnants of that even now. In Fez, Abdul sets me up with Abdel Fattah, a Moroccan artist born in Fez, and his British wife, Naomi. They're a little camera shy, but really nice. They live in an absolutely magnificent home that they've restored themselves.
Here, let me show you where I woke up this morning. Modest digs. My bathroom. I should have 2 big bald guys stripped to the waist, opening this simultaneously. Breakfast, little barbecue for the friends. Here's what's cooking.
After I expressed an interest in traditional Moroccan cuisine, Abdel Fattah and Naomi are only too happy to set us up with his mother, sisters, and their family cook, who set about making us the dishes most important to Moroccan cuisine. Couscous. Essentially, it's steamed semolina. It's sort of the pasta of Moroccan cuisine.
Not that instant stuff you've seen poured out of a packet. Get that. This is a couscousière. The little holes in the bottom of this thing sits over some boiling water and steams slowly. They take this stuff very, very seriously around here. We got the couscous itself, but it implies stuff that comes with it as well. Lamb, carrot, onion, squash, cabbage, some fresh peas, tomato, chickpeas, and I'm guessing that this is going to generate some pretty nice sauce. And we're also making pastilla, which is a very traditional dish around these parts. It's essentially a pigeon pie.
This is really difficult to make, and it can take 2 days. what we're doing is making basically an ultra-thin, crepe-like object. Finished product will look like this. And as you can see, even holding this is difficult. Like phyllo, but a little more elastic. This would cause any professional I know to start weeping. That's really hard. While Mom works on the pastilla dough, the couscous is on round 2. The couscous is cooked 3 times. In between each time, it's rubbed between the hands. It seems to expand and become airier. This is about a 2.5-hour process. Pigeons. Pigeon, I don't want to eat that. Actually, pigeons were imported to the United States as food. And while I don't exactly want to go out in Central Park and start bagging pigeons either, most of the rest of the world, they're still eating. Pigeon, particularly in Bastilla, is considered a big deal. Usually presented for weddings, birthdays. This is not an everyday dish. I promise, when I eat this, I'm not going to say it tastes just like chicken. It's a whirlwind of activity in Abdel Fattah's mom's kitchen. I'm trying to keep up. She's making pastry. She's making tagine. Fez is famous for this. In this case, it's a lemon, olive, and chicken tagine. She's got 12 different projects going on at the same time. I see vegetables going on, salads happening, and all kind of mysteriously appearing, strange and wonderful ways. Now we know what it feels like to watch baseball for the first time. And the couscous is still not finished. This final time, it's cooked over the actual stewing lamb so that all of those flavors coming up from the simmering meat juice and spice and seasoning permeates the couscous. I know what they're doing, but they're doing it all wrong, but somehow it's working. That's not the way to cut an artichoke, but somehow it's happening faster and better than I've seen in a lot of times in professional kitchens. Mom tells me that the pigeon stays overnight so that the flavors marry up. One of the really interesting things about Moroccan cuisine is you're going to see the same ingredients popping up again and again, and yet even the same dish from cook to cook is going to have its own subtle but distinct flavor. What I'm missing in my kitchen, what you're probably missing in your kitchen, is this, trained hands. They say, by the way, that scads of information is communicated just through the preparation of food. Husbands can tell the mood of their wives by the slightest difference of spice she uses in preparing an everyday dish. Like Islamic art, one is operating under very rigid guidelines. Within those guidelines, individuals find a way to express themselves. These ladies have been cranking it out all morning. I'm looking forward to seeing if it was all worth the effort. As any local will tell you, the best place to eat real Moroccan food is in a private home. And I'm lucky that Abdel Fattah's family has been slaving away to make this mountain of couscous for us. I'm afraid to poke that with a spoon. It'll crush me. It's beautiful. Can I serve you? Yes, please. I don't think I have the requisite skills. These are the roasted green peppers that we saw going with a little tomato and dressing. That I recognize from before. That's artichoke, cucumber, green salad.
Zaluka.
Zaluka.
That's what you call eggplant.
Eggplant?
And Zaluka means slimy.
Oh, really? I can't call anything slimy on my menu. It's just not a selling point. This is ruined couscous in New York for me. You know, we do the instant and it's sort of a glutinous mass. This is wonderful. They take their couscous very, very seriously in Morocco. Eating this fluffy, ethereal stuff, it's a world apart from any couscous I've ever had. Is this like a once-a-week thing? Every Friday?
Well, Friday being a holy day, some people aren't working, so it's usually a family day, and it's a good excuse for cooking a big dish.
Small portions aren't a thing around here, are they? The couscous was tremendous, but I feel like I need to walk off my meal. So I wandered to the souk. A souk is a central marketplace inside of Medina. It's a twisting, cavernous labyrinth of people, selling just about everything there is that one could possibly imagine selling. Everywhere you look, the food is ultra fresh, brought in each and every day, believe it or not, by mule. Oh yeah. This stuff is looking astoundingly fresh, considering not a refrigerator in sight. That looks good. Hey, it's Krispy Kreme. Do you have ones with sprinkles? I was planning to walk off my meal, and now I'm running into temptation left and right. Department of Dates. Now, this is my idea of fast food. I came to the wrong place to give my stomach a break. I think I'll pass on the snails. It's early yet. After stuffing my face with all sorts of goodies in the market, I see this crepe-looking thing. I've got to try this.
Yeah, I think one of these with a little bit of that stuff in it, whatever it is. You'd eat that, right? I hope it's sweet. Please, God, I mean, don't let that be kidney paste or anything. Cook that. Oh, yeah. That rocks. Thankfully, the filling is sweet. Ground up dates, spices, cinnamon, nothing too alarming. It's delicious. It's kind of got a baklava sort of a taste on the inside. It's good for the 7th inning stretch. It's no easy task navigating the labyrinth of the old city streets, but somehow I get my busting gut back in time for my dinner of lemon, olive, and chicken tagine.
This is chicken, cooked in mayonnaise sauce, preserved lemon. It's been preserved in salt. Olives from our own olive tree. Okay.
That's darling. I'm getting really used to this bread. Wonderful. Oh, that looks really good. I've been looking forward to this. Abdul, our driver, has been seeing the praises of this dish since we got in the car.
I hope it's up to expectation.
I'm already deliriously happy. It's just smelling it. Wonderful. Abdul was right. Now, why does everyone say that the best tagine comes from Fez?
Well, it is true.
Oh, okay. Well, but you're from here also, aren't you?
Well, Fez has been the melting pot of civilization for throughout the centuries.
Well, I was just reading, Fez has always been the center of culture, politics, intellectual life, and intrigue.
Intrigue, yes, that's true.
We haven't had much of that yet, but we have time. Before I'm even out of bed, Abdel Fattah's mom is in the kitchen finishing the Bastilla pigeon pie she started the day before.
Hey, well, what's cooking? You stripped meat from the pigeon.
Clearly it's been slowly stewed until soft and shreddable.
Mom's got ahead of me here. This is a thin, crepe-like substance called waka.
Sugar, toasted almonds we're seeing going down. A layer of almost scrambled egg. Now we're filling the pie. Got that cinnamon, almond, potage flavor going on. It's really aromatic. Another layer. Kind of got that lasagna thing going on. You use an egg to glue it all together. And we're wrapping it all up. Clearly you don't want it to leak. There seems to be a little patching and gluing. A little butter, that's going to help brown it, and crisp it. Excellent. Merci bien. That looks pretty good. So that's that. Next step, cooking. After that, eating. We'll be right back. As the Bastilla bakes, Abdel Fattah's kids are busy concocting their own creation, salad for their pet tortoise.
When they're doing their cooking part, we're doing our cooking part, which is more interesting.
See, my thinking is you could put these in the freezer, and then every time a vegan comes over, you could just pop out one cube and you'd be ready for them. You know, I've been traveling a lot lately. I've eaten many, many things of that. It looks pretty tasty.
Of course, for a tortoise, of course.
Once again, I wish this was in smell-o-vision because it smells really good in here.
Come on, how can you resist anything covered in powdered sugar and cinnamon?
Oh, bravo.
So, is it your first pastilla?
My first real pastilla, yes. So once again, this is not a dish that was invented 10 years ago.
Well, it's coming from Andalusia, so we're talking 13th century.
This dish has everything. Crispy dough surrounding gamey pigeon meat, sweet cinnamon flavor on top of nutty almond paste.
That's really extraordinary. The stronger, darker meat stands up to the spice. It all blends together seamlessly. It doesn't seem strange, doesn't seem unusual, makes perfect sense. Every mouthful, just right. Pigeons of New York, watch out.
The longer I stay in Morocco, the more I'm able to discern the subtle differences from cook to cook. The room with which one can improvise seems, on its surface, to be very, very limited. But it's enough room for Moroccans. And as one begins to discern the differences, the effort is usually very rewarding.
This is extraordinary.
Salvador, the African heartland of Brazil.
Ooh la la.
It's where religions, cultures, traditions come together to create something really special. It's about magic, it's about food, it's about music, it's about people. It's a whole different world here. But let's start someplace a little more familiar. Maybe you're asking yourself, gee, I'm a stranger in town.
Where do I find a good place to eat in country X? Well, here in Salvador, like in just about every other cool country, if you're looking for a good meal, go directly to the market. Hang out and eat without fear. I have every confidence we're going to find like good stuff to eat here. Whoa, watch your back. Now, is it my sunglasses or what I had to drink last night, or is that an incredible color over here? You know, you see certain constants when you travel around the world like I do. Like, you see all these ready-made kits of the nasty bits.
Keep that knife away from me, dude.
Little packets geared towards people who don't have a lot of money, go to the market and get it. I mean, you'll see like 75% of the stuff that seems to be sold here in the meat department are the good parts. The guts, the heads, the hooves, the snouts. Looks like a windpipe to me. Blood cake, which some of our older students will recognize from the Portugal shell. Fried shrimp, palm oil, chili peppers, coconut. Classic elements of Bahian cuisine. Let's find out where the snacks are at.
Ah yes, tasty mystery bits on a wheel rim grill.
I mean, come on, what's not to like? It looks like some sort of a chicken, some mysterious looking sausage and
Bit of beef or beef heart or organ meat. I mean, come on, that looks good.
Not only is the grill happening, but I've managed to make a new friend or two.
Stay right there. You have two coca?
Whenever I'm on the road, I like to export American values whenever possible.
Okay, I got sausage, I got some sort of, I don't know, one of your lesser cuts of beef. Oh, pork, right. I'll hook up my little friend here. I hope he's hungry. You guys hungry? Good guys. You share with him too, okay? Para dos.
Sausages and mystery meat. It's a beautiful thing. And I've got two new friends and bodyguards. Hey, I'm building a crew already. All right, the wheel rim grill was cool, but I'm ready to dig a little deeper. A lot of good stuff here.
I'm having what I'm told is sort of a typical thing to eat around here, mocato. Mocato, as I understand it, is a soup-type thing involving dried beef, leg, fresh beef, whatever that means. I suspect there's some nasty bits involved. Listen, how can you go wrong? It's hot, it's liquid, it comes in a bowl. There are lots of locals sitting around eating it. It's got to be good, right?
To prime my palate for the main entree, my friends at the food stand hooked me up with a bowl of beef broth-based porridge.
Thank you. You get all your fried meat, your fresh meat, your nasty bits. You cook them in broth, haul out and serve. The broth then is thickened with manioc flour to become this porridgey, gruely, and very delicious sort of substance, which you can jack with a nuclear hot salsa. There, this is good.
Just like in many other places, what was created by the very poor out of necessity is now a mainstay of the country's cuisine. But I digress. I believe there's some mystery meat to be had.
Oh, yes. Pleasure is not always pretty. My old friend Jose, my Portuguese boss back in Leal, he's going to start heavy breathing when he sees this. I don't even know what this piece is. I probably don't want to know, but it's really good. I know you're out there, you're saying, oh, dude, how could he put that in his mouth? That looks nasty. Well, as every chef knows, that's where the flavor is. I pity the fool who doesn't like this. Oh, that's wonderful. It's kind of like pastrami, only different. Organ meat and beer. What's that beer buzz early in the morning that Sheryl Crow song? There's no line about organ meat in that song, is there? Good, I like it. Thank you, my good man.
Tonight, I'm going to witness my first candomblé ceremony, and I'm a little apprehensive. Much like Bahian cuisine itself, candomblé is a traditional African religion filtered through Brazil, which was for many years hidden beneath a veneer of Catholicism. The ceremony is taking place at the house of candomblé priest Beldasum. where a new member will be initiated into the cult. Candomblé is a deeply felt religious ritual dating back hundreds of years, where members gather together to call the spirits to their aid. It's a mainstream element of Bahian culture. Through song and dance, members of the congregation encourage each other to enter a trance-like state to help channel spiritual energy. Bell serves as the spiritual leader and rather flamboyant master of ceremonies for the group.
Es típico.
Having said all of that, I have no idea what's going on here. I'm confused. I'm a little uncomfortable, and this thing goes on forever. Everyone around me's been swept up in some kind of transcendental frenzy. It's been said that sometimes even spectators get caught up in the outpouring of spiritual energy. And I gotta admit, with all this drumming and shrieking and rhythmic circular dancing, I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded. Note to self, avoid falling into a trance-like state at your next cult ceremony or keg party. Happily, when I come to, there's a heaping serving of post-ritual grub being passed around, an offering to the gods consisting of
farofa, rice, beans.
Okay, it's not the best meal I've ever had, but if it's fit for a deity, who am I to complain? I lumber, somewhat disoriented, back to my hotel, with a belly full of food and a head full of African cult gods. Just another day on the job. It's another beautiful day in downtown Pellegrino, the old colonial section of Salvador. I don't know about you, but whenever I nearly black out at a candomblé ceremony, I usually need something a little special to get me back into the swing of things. My method of choice, a good meal.
If there's one chef who really characterizes the best of Bahian cuisine, by general consensus it's agreed that Dada, who we're about to meet, her restaurant Chorizo de Dada, is that person. She's the most famous cook in Brazil. She has a TV show. Politicians line up, clamor to get in. Dada started cooking her first place out of her house and has since expanded, which is spectacular success now. You'd think that it would be, you know, a slick corporate setup upstairs by now. Still cutting like this.
Dada is not just a brand name. She still cooks her meals, still invents, and oversees every detail.
Notice her knife work? It's like mom. The laid against the thumb, you know, none of the professional knife technique, violating every known rule of French cooking. That's a good sign.
But technique aside, it's the food, her food, that really sells this place. Her menu includes such Bahian favorites as red fish wrapped in banana leaf, crab salad, and the quintessential dish of Bahia, a seafood and coconut stew called a moqueca. Moqueca begins with diced onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cilantro. And like many Bahian dishes, includes the holy trinity of ingredients: shrimp, coconut, and a generous helping of fiery dende palm oil, infamous for wreaking gastrointestinal distress on unsuspecting tourists. A quick simmer on the stove and simple ingredients are turned into something spectacular. Much like moqueca, red fish and banana leaves is also a standard of Bahian cuisine.
You know, where did it come from? Got fish, got traditional African ingredients, don't have refrigerator. Problem. They developed a method of wrapping the fish in the seasoning in banana leaf as a means of preserving the fish. And by solving the problem, you make something good.
But before I get to the food, I want to take a crack at Dada's seemingly endless array of caipirinhas.
I promised Dada that I would sample all of them. I'll have a cashew caipirinha, I think. Now, that's fresh cashew, cachaça, and I'm guessing sugar. Oh, yeah. All right, more. Jumbo, something like that, or umbu. A little sweet for me. Pineapple. I haven't had pineapple. A little too Don Ho, I don't know. I think I'll have another one of these bad boys. Honey bubble. God, I'm drinking a lot of these things here. Next.
Okay, before I wind up face down on the table, I think it's time for some food.
Selfish butter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Beautiful thing. Oh, look at that. Oaxaca.
It's like a skin
Oh, my crab. First. Good.
With so much before me, I decide to start with a crab salad and work my way up.
Look, I love the crab coral. Look at this little piece of crab coral in there. Little crab rope. Oh, that's fantastic. And texture, too. You got a lot of different textures going on here. Like this stuff, it's like eating sand, you know, but a delicious, magical sand. Whole different spectrum of flavors.
All right, a quick deboning and we're on to round 2. The red fish and banana leaf. To accompany the fish, Dada has made a spicy sauce of chiles, dried shrimp, and more dende oil.
These are not shy about flavor. Once this reaches down your throat, grabs you by the heart, and yanks. Oh, yeah. That's great.
The fish is incredible, but I can't hold out any longer. I've been gaping in wonder and anticipation at that beautiful moqueca for too long.
Oh, yeah. Look at that color. Is that psychedelic delicious or what? Look at that. Oh, tell me that's not pretty. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Incredible.
But this stuff ain't for the faint of heart. It packs some serious heat.
Sweating. Full flop sweat. Heat.
Of course, there's only one remedy for some powerful thirst around here.
Yeah, this is a passion fruit caipirinha. Slimy with little chewy, delicious seeds that go popping right up into your brain. Oh yeah. You've never tasted anything like it. It's magic.
I've always felt that food at its best is a reflection of the person who made it.
Thank you.
And an afternoon at Chorizo de Dada is an extension, a reflection of the woman herself, her personality and her passion. Another example of the magic that seems to be everywhere down here. In the streets, the music, the people. Hopefully just not in my lower intestine. Okay, so it's been great traveling around Salvador, trying spicy foods, but let's not forget that we're about a block away from the equator. Obviously, it gets hot down here. So in the interest of remaining upright, it makes sense to hit their best local ice cream shop. There's just one problem.
Not an ice cream sort of a guy.
But I should be a good host and give the Food Network people what they want. Deep insights.
When I'm in a new town, I can't ever leave it without trying a festive medley of regional ice cream flavors.
Off-the-cuff comments.
You should shower more.
A choice selection of personal memories.
Happy memories of Carvel as a child. The history. That winning play in the softball game. The tradition. First A on my report card. Oh, if these walls could talk. I didn't have any of those things in my life.
And in addition to that, I can't even read this damn menu.
I'm lost.
Being a resourceful Boy Scout, I get some help from the locals. Hopefully I won't be the lab rat for some new specialty called spleen almond chip or kidney swirl.
I have no idea what we're talking about or what I'm eating, but it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, passion fruit.
God, I like it.
Jackfruit.
Jackfruit. Oh, yeah, good. I like jackfruit.
Though I'm actually enjoying some of these flavors.
Mild durian. That's good. Citrusy.
Maybe this wasn't a bad idea after all.
Oh, that's great.
And then I get the preschool special.
Mangava. This is like sticky. It's like glue.
Glue? That's one from the home team calling the flavor-processed horse hooves.
Doesn't taste like glue, but
It does kind of. I've sniffed this stuff. I've just never eaten it.
So playing it safe, I decide on burnt coconut and chocolate.
Beautiful thing.
No problem there, right? Wrong.
I'm going to go off and wander.
And perhaps share some thoughts on my ice cream.
Not even remotely good. Oh, yeah. Two of my favorite scenes in one. Ice cream and deep thoughts. This is harder than it looks, folks. Oh, God. I don't taste coconut. I don't taste burnt. I don't taste chocolate. It stinks. Now, let's be honest.
Well, at least I can enjoy the fine tropical weather, right?
Add a little sunstroke to the mix. Along with the pain, boredom, humiliation, and general witlessness of this scene. Not to mention the thoroughly worthless ice cream.
It's early in the morning in Salvador. And while everyone is starting fresh, I can't quite put all the drumming and voodoo from the other night out of my head. So I'm heading down to the beach. The beaches in Bahia mean more than blankets and suntan oil. Pack an appetite. So I settle in at my table, sample the refreshments.
Perfect.
Peruse the menu.
Oh, good, helpful pictures.
Note with displeasure and envy how much better looking the staff is than I am. And get in the groove.
The idea around here is you sit around, you drink beer, you get tan while you're chatting with your friends and drinking. It's not the object of the mission unto itself. It's to have a good time on the beach. Food tends to find you.
Ever have a cheese-sicle? That's right, cheese on a stick, toasted over a pot of coals. I'm starting to get some traffic here. Beads? What the hell?
Yeah, good.
That browning cheese over there is putting me in a festive mood.
Moment. You've ever had onion soup? All that crispy, crunchy, wonderful stuff on the outside? This is better. Buying everything on the beach here. Ooh, what's that? I'm interested. Palmito? Oh, sugar cane. All of this is one smack, one hell. I find it disturbing in a Freudian way. But now, my psychiatrist won't let me enjoy this. Oh, shrimp tube. Obrigado. You don't see this on an American beach, right? Just sitting there, somebody brings you by some whole shrimp, head on. That's good.
So maybe you're thinking, okay, Tony, you've had a few nice snacks here, but what really separates this place from Coney Island?
Oh, dude, quail egg lady. I've been waiting for this all afternoon. Okay, yes, please. Sell me your wares. Cuatro? Sí?
Cuatro?
Sí. Perfect. Come on, this is cool.
Quail egg lady ever visit your beach? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Salt. Oh, that's good. Yes, please let me sample your nuts. Cuánto? This is like a lifetime supply of turtle wax. One can. Perfect. You can pretty much sit here all day and people bring you stuff. If only all of life were like that.
And another staple of Bahian beach life. Hunky waiters in funny hats.
Uh-oh. If he calls me Gilligan, I'm running. Hello. Hello. Okay, I know what I want.
Yes, for an appetizer, I'd like to not look like a shirtless Don Knotts next to a hunkosaurus over here. And for my entree, could you make this guy remove that hat?
If he calls me little buddy, I'm out of here.
Hopefully, I have a good meal coming.
I just ordered from the restaurant some tiny little fish, head, bones, skin, everything intact. Roll them in flour and deep fry them. And I also got a whole roasted fish, which is also a good thing because, as we all know, fish on the bone is always better. If you can eat the whole fish, always a good thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks really good. Obrigado. You know, tiny little fish, head, bones, the works, dipped in batter in this case, and fried. And this, I'm deeply suspicious of, because it resembles tartar sauce, something I don't like.
Wilson, my waiter, after deciding to change into something more casual, has been nice enough to offer me a lounge chair.
Well, he's just been keeping track of how much beer I've been drinking. The skipper's not so bad. Hello! Oh, Jesus, it's enormous. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. Good. That's beautiful. This is the best. Carbon is a beautiful thing. You know, that crispy, crunchy, white, fleshy, oh, yeah. I don't understand people's fear of head and bones in fish. Anybody who's sitting there thinking, ooh, hooky, you're missing. You're missing the good stuff. It's all about flavor and texture. What do you want, baby food? You know, what's the worst thing that can happen here? You know, a little sunburn, headache tomorrow, maybe a little less than quality time on the old Thunder Bucket tonight. But hey, it's worth it. I've always wanted a sedentary lifestyle by the sea, drinking heavily in direct sunlight, eating beach food. This is pretty much my chosen state of existence.
Now, if I can just get the sound of that kooky drum beat out of my head, I'll be fine. So here I am after a long day at the beach, soaking up the sun and drinking heavily. You know, same old swinging routine. After such a hard day at work, like most true Bahians, I've discovered the joys of acarajé, which is yet again another transplant from Africa. Acarajé is bean paste that's been infused with vatapá, which is a paste made from dried shrimp, tomato, and seasonings. The whole thing is blended together and fried in a swimming pool of dende oil. Every mouthful, by the way, is about 9,000 calories. It's a heart attack waiting to happen.
One acarajé with camarão.
It's kind of like a falafel sandwich, but in this case, the falafel is the sandwich. They slice it right up the middle, fill it with a little dried shrimp and some salsa, and you're good to go. It's not that it doesn't taste good. It's just that with all that spicy dende oil, I know that each bite is bringing me closer to an inevitable gastrointestinal apocalypse.
The broken man you see before you. You know, I wish there could be, sort of simulcam of the inside of my stomach. My lower GI, folks, you don't want to see. My heart is sort of, kind of, working overtime, trying to squish much needed oxygenated blood through my now constricted, clogged arteries. Now that's acarajé.
So as I head rather urgently back to my hotel, two things come to mind. Number one, God help me, I hope that plumbing is in working order. And number two, Salvador is, without question, one of the great places on earth. It's got it all: sensuality, spirituality, and great food. Oh, and by the way, that candomblé business, I ain't buying it.